wide for the lead into turn number 3. Coming to the line, who's gonna get it done? Green flag, we're racing.
Get your foot in.
He got it.
He's got it. He's got it.
Get there. No.
This is gonna win.
Wow.
FTF.GG welcomes you to the virtual Daytona International Speedway, where tonight we continue the opener to the Barr Vigils FTF Cup Series. Tonight, our lead-up continues to the Barr Vigils FTF 500. That includes the Truels tonight, where instead of 2 duels, we're doing 3 races. That means 3 times the fun. And in the end, we will set most of the field for the Barr Vigils FTF 500. Glad to have you with us tonight here from the virtual Daytona International Speedway. Jacob Pitts and Kevin McAdams here with you on FTF as we get set to go. Cars are gritting right now on the racetrack. We had to wait for that stupid NASCAR thing to end, but now we are ready to go here from Daytona, where a little under 30 cars will hit the racetrack in race 1 of 3 on the night. And it should be a pretty good one because this is our first real go with these cars on the track. And Kevin, you're echoing back a little bit. I hope you realize that.
I'll move the mic back a little bit. There we go.
Nonetheless, field is rolling, still echoing. Let's look at that starting grid for tonight's race. Here they are. If I pull the right scene up. There we go. Kyler Wynn is on pole. He won the pole for the Barr Vigils FTF 500 earlier this evening. Seth Knoll lines up to the outside. Then it's Jaden Hopp, Daniel Falkingham, Alex Kolonix, Parker White, Brian Mercurio, Dylan Kim, Jake Poulin, and Ryan Andrew rounding out the top 10.
I think I fixed the echo. Row 6. Spot 11, Kyle Merkel will roll up on the inside. Paul Mikolajczyk on the outside in the 77. Spencer E. Burns, new number for Spencer in that number 7 machine. Nate Stewart also in a new number, taking over for the 15 instead of the 4 this year. Jordan Worth, no longer in Florida Club. Going to have to fix that. Christian Kendall outside of row 8. Brett Punkari in row 9. Kevin King rolls off on the outside of row number 9 and 18th. David Cabrera and Dylan Basin will complete row 10.
The rest back here: Gabriel Dahari, Aaron Brown, William Schmidt, Brian Sabelski, Derek Farr, one of the rookies this year, Wayne Kennedy to the outside, and then Nicholas Pressey and Jose Solis Jr. the back of the field. 32 drivers were scheduled to start this race. 28 will take the green flag here from Daytona. As for the first time this year, we take the next gens out for a joyride. 3 races tonight to help set the field for the Barr Vigils FTF 500. The top 12 drivers advance. That is excluding some of those folks that can fall back on speed or on points, and we'll talk about that as we go through tonight. The pace car heads to pit road, and we are ready for the start of the Barr Vigils FTF 500. Green flag is in the air. We are racing in Truel number 1 at Daytona. By 2s, they make their way down the back straightaway. Kyler Wynn out in front of the field. Seth Knoll and Daniel Falkingham pushing him nose to tail. Parker White is there as well in that 95, the reigning champ. They're side by side for 5th. Ryan Andrew and Dylan Kim as they make their way off the corner. That inside line is fading fast, and Kyler Wynn will easily lead the opening lap of the duel.
And I think this comes to no one's surprise. This outside line in this next gen always seems to be really fast until the inside line starts to kind of figure themselves out. Tyler Wynn leads, Seth Knoll pushing in second. That's going to be a lethal duo if they just want to ride on that second lane all the way up against the wall. We'll find out later just how much the handling is going to come into play. 120-degree track temp. That will cool down throughout tonight. A little bit later sessions for Duel 2, or Truel 2 and Truel 3. But right now, that outside line looks really strong with Wynn piloting that outside line.
Got a bit of a choo-choo train lining up there on that outside line, at least for now. Jaden Hopp side by side for the 9th position, and it has been quite a run for that 81 after winning the Atlanta 550 earlier in 2025. He put up a great pole lap, or a great qualifying lap earlier this afternoon, leading the charge on that inside line as they make their way down the backstretch.
And you know, something that's different about this weekend, normally we run the next gen in Q, and we normally will run a mock race of some sort for the Clash. Not so much this year. We ran the COT for qualifying. We ran the COT for the Clash. So this is the first time the next gens have been on track all weekend long. So these guys really have not a lot of practice, except for the about hour or so that they had before tonight. Not even an hour, about 40 minutes or so. So I think the first maybe 15 laps or so, just trying to see how this car handles, how it handles the push, how it handles the transition in and out of the corners with the diffuser being so close to the ground, how stiff these cars are. They can get really squirrely on the inside with those transitions. So I think this is going to be a learning game the first maybe half of this race or so. Long race, but only 50 laps at Daytona. They won't go by quick.
Here comes Seth Knoll to the inside, and that Canes machine trying to go to the front. Tyler Wynn, though, back to the outside as the help from Falkingham, who's still in that paint scheme he ran in the Clash for the Coke Series earlier this week.
So far, that outside line is really strong. Tyler doing a really good job controlling things. Cars look stable. That's really good. I remember last year for Talladega, I made it a little bit faster, and it was really loose, and it was kind of hard to be confident with pushing. I'm hoping that these guys can have a little bit more confidence, not too much. The way these guys were racing in the Coke Series Clash was absolutely insane. I hope I don't see much any of that. That was absolutely berserk. But so far, Kyler doing a really good job piloting this field. He's always aggressive in these super speedway races, especially in the next gen when side draft is a factor.
Easy to be a little more calm, though, when you're leading the race. You can just kind of ride the lanes a little bit, but Kyler Wynn has been glued to that outside line. He's moved down a little bit in the corners, but I think that's more to get air to the nose of the car behind him so they don't overheat.
Yeah, I think playing a little bit of coopetition, as Darrell Waltrip would say, you want to give that guy behind you, especially with the ambient temp being 80 degrees. It's not as hot as, I mean, we've ran 90 before, and you pretty much can only push maybe 8 to 10 seconds a lap. And it's with 80, it's a little bit easier to push consistently, but you definitely want to keep it in mind that behind you. And he also, I think also if you run the middle like that, you're kind of dragging the outside line with you, keeps the inside line at bay a little bit. We'll see just how quickly these tires, I do think the tires will come into play. Maybe not now, but maybe halfway through a run. We'll find out. But right now, Kyler doing a really good job.
Just maintaining the lanes. This feels like an actual super speedway race here. Just double wide, nobody can go anywhere, and everybody just staying in line, but a long way to go. 7 laps complete here at the start-finish line. Seth Knoll back to the inside of Kyler Wynn, trying to take the lead, but Wynn has led every lap so far.
And something that's different, obviously, 3 races this year instead of 2 to qualify into the 500 last year. In subsequent years, you'd have about 40 to 45 guys in each duel, and only maybe 16 to 18 making it. With this, a much smaller field, 28 cars look like they made the track It could have been as high as, I think, 31 or 32, fighting for 12 spots. So the illusion that it is a little bit easier is definitely there. But with the way these races kind of pan out late, I honestly don't think even being in the top 5 is safe. We've been kind of keeping an eye on other races. For example, the PGR 500 lineup has been set, and there were some late race mishaps, and guys that were in the top 5 ended up not making the race. So you really got to be careful late in this race. You got to know who you're around. You got to know who you can work with and who you can trust late in these races.
On board with Jake Poulin, one of the Mouse House cars. 00. Right now, Ian Knight, right where he started. He drifted back early, but has moved his way back up toward the front on that inside line. And you did mention again, top 12 advance. So that battle for 12th right now is between Kyle Merkel, Spencer E. Burns, and you've got Paul Mikolajczyk back here as well.
Working lap 10. And as far as, strategy, I don't think it's going to be too crazy. Especially if we go green, you will have to pit for fuel. We may see some possible discrepancies depending on where you are in the pack. I would say if you're up front like Seth or Falkingham or Kyler Wynn, Jaden Hopp, I think you may need to take a little bit more fuel than the guys that are riding in the back, but time will tell. We also have to get there. We got about 30 more laps before I would say the window opens, unless someone wants to pit now. I'd say these guys are going to wait as long as they can before they want to pit.
Again, Falkingham getting a little air to the nose there in that 39.
Well, someone's trying the middle.
William Schmidt by chance? No, it's Pressey with Aaron Brown in front of him. And,
there
he's
they
going
go.
to turn him! Aaron Brown around and into the wall. Up into the air goes Pressey. And the caution's out on lap 11 in the first Truel of the night. See David Cabrera in that. Christian Kendall. Maybe a little damage to the front end of one of the Chevy cars, either Derek Farr or Ryan Andrew. I believe it's Farr. He did not go very far before this first caution flag. Here is a look at the replay. This is a little early.
Why do you have this up?
Oh, because I'm an idiot? Let's try. Well, that's not what I wanted, but.
You can see these guys had a hell of a run. Aaron Brown went up, and then I don't know if he got tight or what, and that kind of just misaligns Pressey's push going into the corner. At that point, I don't know how much Pressey could have even. I don't know what he could have even done. He's got Dahari all over his back end. You can kind of see right here. He just kind of just pushes up a little bit.
Oh, Jordan Worth.
Yeah, there's a couple good wreck avoidances.
I mean, you've gotten a tap there in the right side, but other than that, kept on going. Right on board.
Kevin King got a piece of it.
Oh, man. Well, he almost got wrecked before that.
Mm-hmm.
And then just gets onto the apron and is able to drive right away. Burt Pancari kind of followed the same line.
Mason did a really good job blowing up for this. Kevin King, his front end is really pushed in.
Kevin up on the outside, nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's just
Basin
nothing
right in
you
front
can
of
do
him.
here. Kendall, same thing. God, what a hit.
Good job by Jose Solis Jr. getting down to the inside, avoiding any contact. Well, cars on pit road already. Some taking just fuel only. Others making the call to go for tires, including Dylan Basin. But your race leader, Daniel Falkingham, no tires. Fuel only on this pit stop.
Yeah, I don't know how much tires are going to mean for today. It's definitely not going to be a factor, in my opinion, later, but We'll see if the 4 tires mean anything for these guys. They are choosing this time. We do the choose at every track except for the races that we run single file, which we will get to later in the year. That's something we're going to have to worry about today. It'll be right before pit entry and the start-finish line. We'll see that here in a minute.
So our first caution flag of the night. Half a dozen cars still sit on pit road. Kendall, Cabrera, Dahari, Brown, Farr, and Pressey. That's Aaron Brown, by the way. We'll see David L. Brown a little later. And some of them will get rolling. And here is Juice Cone. You already saw Parker White dive to the bottom.
I would say, as expected, this inside line
Dylan Payson ran over it.
Is not where you want to be.
I thought he did.
A lot of people took the top. But that's why we give the option.
Yep.
So that'll have Falkingham controlling the field on the outside. Parker White, the first car on the inside. Seth Knoll, Tyler Wynn, Jaden Hopp, Alex Kolonix. We haven't heard from him yet. Still early.
Have to wonder if there's going to be some co-opetition here between Falkingham and Parker White, just because of the fact that, you know, they're teammates. They work together. So maybe you might see some give and take, let somebody in line on this restart.
I think Seth Knoll's going to have to be the gatekeeper on that one. He's going to have to concede to that idea. And Seth's probably top 5, in my opinion, of super speedway drivers in this league. I honestly put him up that high. So he knows if it helps him, he'll do it. If it doesn't, he'll let him stay on the bottom.
So there are 3 drivers already locked into the 500 right now. Kyler Wynn, Kevin McAdams, and Matthew Zweck, because they are the top 3 from qualifying. Seth Knoll, Jake Nichols, and Brandon Cattell, they are the fastest of what's left. They are split amongst the 3 Truels. If everything were to stop right now, they would be locked in because they would have the fastest time to fall back on. As we go back to green, Falkingham will drop to the inside here, and just like that, Seth Knoll is all by his lonesome.
Yeah, he's not going to have any help. Kyler doing a really good job basically making this a 3-car tandem. Knoll going to go to the inside right behind Alex Kolonix. Kolonix, another guy, he is not going to want to stay in line, even if he's in a locked-in position. He is somebody that will be aggressive every step of the way. But right now, we have a 3-car breakaway. These guys are gone.
Yeah, now they're going to leave Falkingham in the dust. Parker White and Kyler Wynn are going to hook up 2-car tandem style. And it's a bit of a gaggle here at the front. These 2 miles ahead of everybody else. Falkingham and Kolonix and Seth Knoll kind of falling back to that second group. As now Jaden Hopp gets shuffled out of the line. And he's going to get forced to the top 3 wide. And drop pretty much all the way to the back, as now we're starting to form a conga line on the inside of the racetrack. The opposite of what we saw earlier.
Man, it's been a long time since I've seen a breakaway like that. That was really good. Separation.
Oh, here we go.
Obviously going to concede it a little bit. Now here comes the duo of Kolonix and Falkingham. Did not really work as well. Makes you wonder if those guys on the outside, side drafting a little bit even that far away, interrupted that. Leader at the line going to be Falkingham still. If Wynn didn't push Parker White like that, I think he would have been leading all of the laps so far. But right now, battling for the lead. Here comes Kolonix with Noel on the inside. Trying to keep that inside line competitive.
That's the key word right now, even with second place, but losing some time getting into turn number 3. Trying to work it back. Falkingham trying to work the lanes. Gets a little sideways.
Falkingham will lead that one. And I believe this is it. Like, this is going to be a heads-up race. They can make it on fuel from here. So it really is just going to be a matter of where you can put yourself as far as track position is concerned. Kevin King, currently 5th on that inside line. He's already recovered. He's up in the top 10 after being in that accident. It looks like the front end's pretty much fixed for the most part. It was pretty smashed in, but they did a really good job getting that car fixed. I know I was talking to Blake McCandless after the Coke Series clash. There is a higher chance, I think more than ever in these next-gen cars, of them failing from a damage perspective. So you do have to take care of the car a lot more than you had to in years past. I remember that's something that we were kind of complaining about, that the attrition wasn't high enough. I think that has changed already in these cars. I already have Derek Barr and Gabriel Dahari pretty much out of the race. Dahari is out. Barr is 1 lap down, but that's something that these guys are going to have to be mindful of the rest of the speed weeks.
Closing it on halfway here in Truel number 1. Falkingham continuing to lead the way. Now he drops down to the inside line, takes the line from Kolonix. Here comes Parker with a run on the outside as they're approaching lap car ahead of Nicholas Pressey. Actually, no, that might be Farr, who is up the road and is already 1 lap down, as Falkingham now has the parachute out. That inside line is going backward. Parker White far and away out in front. Kyler Wynn right on his rear bumper, and then there's old Jordan Ward sitting there in P3.
Man, that is the second time that Kolonix has tried to push Falkingham and nothing has come of it. I don't know if it's a combination of maybe Falkingham did not have the momentum and Kolonix couldn't carry it, but that is not a good sign if you want to have someone like him behind you. Normally he's a good pusher, really aggressive driver at these super speedways. DK is going to give it a shot. Here comes Mercurio. That's a marketable move.
Well, now they're going in the wrong direction as they head down into turn number 1, starting to lose some time. That's because Nate Stewart's in that outside line, I think.
Here comes Kem. Going to push. That's going to put him to the lead. Look at that.
Yeah.
Kem's going to clear Parker White. They're going to move up. I think that's the right move. You got to do it in unison. Oh, Mercurio going to pinch that inside line, trying to keep Noel and Kolonix from leading the lap. Kolonix is going to lead lap 21. So far, if you can get that tandem to work, it is very effective. No matter of how long you can push for. Here comes Noel to the top. He's going to cover the spot. Going to push from Mercurio.
He's clear for the lead. Mercurio clear. Kolonix side by side with Dylan Kim. Wynn looking middle 3 wide, but doesn't really have any help or anybody in front of the draft off of.
Inside line still struggling to get momentum. It seems like either way, here comes Wynn. He's going to give it a shot. When a line loses momentum, it is for a long time. One line pulls away, and then they kind of even back out. The inside gets the advantage, and they kind of want to secure that spot, and they go back up to the top.
Just hanging tough right now.
And you kind of see there's a little bit of daylight. Like I mentioned, the 80-degree ambient temp, these engines do get hot after a certain point, so you almost have to take care of it. If you have a gap like that to the inside, you're almost better using the air to push until you really need to defend. Kalanick's still trying to push Wynn on that inside, just not making up nearly the ground that they need to.
Getting warmer. You know how good Kyler is with these cars, but Seth Knoll will drop down to block. That'll give Mercurio some free real estate up top. Next time by, we'll be halfway home here in Truel number 1 here at Daytona.
Seth Knoll going to go to the top. He was getting a pretty good shove. Oh, Mercurio, huge shot. Oh,
Yeah.
Wynn's warping. And I don't think it's a surprise to anyone to see these two leading the lines. I feel like the cream will rise to the top, especially with the field size this small. I'd say the RNG is a little bit less random. I feel like with how many guys are in this lead pack, it'll be easier for the guys that are working together to kind of control the field, control the pace, control the lines. Merkel kind of looked up there. I thought he was going to try and merge in front of Jordan Worth in the Davy Fest number 8. Thought better of it. That's David Cabrera. He'll go a lap down.
So now since, and I want to make sure I have this right, since Kyler Wynn is in the top 12, we would be taking the top 13.
Correct.
Got it. So the battle right now is actually side by side here. Paul Mikolajczyk has the 13th and final spot. Jaden Hopp on the inside is in 14th. You've got Dylan Basin and Ryan Andrew all in the mix. So right at the tail end of this lead pack is the battle for the transfer spot. Now, if something were to happen to Kyler Wynn and he were to finish outside the top 12, then you have to finish in the top 12 to advance. There are some drivers, though, that can rely on owner points position from last year, as well as falling back on time from qualifying. But you'd rather just lock your way in the easy way by being in the top 12 in the duel, or top 13, depending on where that 182 finishes.
Yeah, I've been on the outside looking in. I think it was 2020. I pretty much had to beg and plead for David Schildhouse to beat somebody across the line to get in on provisionals. It's a lot easier and it's a lot less nerve-wracking to kind of just do it yourself. So I think some of these guys are honestly in a good position. They don't have to worry about it. But I think if you're maybe 10th to 20th in owners points, you're hoping that some guys racing on their own. I honestly think even if you're 10th to 15th or so in qualifying, you have a chance. But you need guys like the ones that made it through the top 10 shootout. You need those guys to race back in as well to have a chance to fall back on that. But like I said, you don't want to. That's something that's that's a reserved spot for a reason. You don't want to fall back on that if you don't have to. Inside line's trying again.
He's led by Paul Mikolajczyk in the 77. Let's take a look.
Wonder what he had for dinner today.
I think he said pizza was on the menu for tonight.
I thought that was yesterday.
I thought he said that he was out, maybe. I could have sworn we talked to him today during qualifying.
Maybe you're right.
And he said,
I really don't know.
well,
You
he's
might
looking
be right.
for the lead. He's hungry for the top spot with 21 to go in race number 1.
It looks like Dylan Basin. He's been kind of riding in the back. He was right behind that accident that threw out our first caution. He's trying the middle line. No one with him. And that's something that you got to worry about even now, 20 laps. I mean, this car, you can, if you have help, if you have friends, you can make your way through the field. But the way these races are, there's not a lot of teammates. There's not a lot of camaraderie. If you're on your own, that middle is not going to work. He might just have to kind of play musical chairs, maybe get to the top, go back to the bottom, kind of pick his way through. I don't know if that middle lane is going to be an option, at least right now, with how calm this is.
Yeah, with so little cars on the racetrack, too, I think once we get close to a full field, that might be a viable option, but we're only looking at a max of 33 cars on the track through the Truels. We'll have up to 60 for the Tiny Text next Friday, and then 50 cars for the Barr FTF 500 on Saturday night. So thoughts and prayers to the CPU. Coming to 19 laps to go is Falkingham. Tight window, squeezing to the outside line as Parker White casually takes the lead.
White to the front, back with Falkingham. Not a surprise there. But right now, this field is starting to shrink a little bit. I've noticed Sabelski a few laps ago fell off the pack. He's in 21st. Jake Poulin, same thing. They both fell off the pack. They're kind of in their own little... They're in purgatory right now. They're going to need a caution or a huge wreck on the final lap to have a chance to get back in this lead pack or get back in a transfer position. That'll leave us 19 cars in this lead pack. So at this point, you want to be in the top 2/3 of this pack with Kyler Wynn up front. If you can be 13th or better, that's all you need, but it's easier said than done, especially when it gets a little hairy here at the end of these races.
We've got some fast guys that are on the outside looking in. Kevin King, Jaden Hopp, Jordan Worth is on the cut line right now. He is that 13th and final transfer in. Brett Punkari's back there. Ryan Andrews showed some speed in qualifying. He's back in the weeds.
Yeah, he doesn't run with us a lot, but he's a really talented driver. I would say he's matured over the years. He used to be a dart without feathers. I think he's kind of reeled that part of his racecraft in. I remember he nearly won the World 600 that McCandless put on for the 87 cars a few years ago. So he knows what he's doing, currently on the outside of that transfer, but 17 to go. And Basin going to try that middle one more time by himself.
Had help for a moment. Now he's got the speed. Kyler Wynn to give him the push. And here comes the 09.
Now let's see if these guys. Honestly, I'm curious if you get like 3 or 4 guys on the inside as Kem is just getting absolutely shoved. That's a factory setups teammate there, leading with Kyler Wynn. So that is an alliance currently in play on that inside line. But I really think if you can coordinate it, being on the inside, you have 3 or 4 guys, it's really hard to defeat.
Oh, Merkel!
Big checkup!
Into the wall hard! And they're going to stack up behind. Seth Knoll, I think, got a piece of it. Somehow, I think Jordan Worth made it through. Jaden Hopp is in the grass. The caution's out with 16 laps to go, and that was a big stack up on that inside line. Kyler Wynn pushed Dylan Kim as far as he could go, pulled to the outside line, and unfortunately Dylan Kim was too slow for everybody behind him.
I'm just curious what the mile per hour discrepancy was here. Dylan Kim was 190. Colonix was 197. Checked up. And honestly, I don't think the contact from Colonix to Kim was too dramatic, but it really sent him back into Merkel.
Yeah.
This would be a really good vantage point of it. You see, it kind of just sends Merkel backwards and real squirrely.
Paul Mikulajczyk in there. Look at Dylan Basin again.
Seth Knoll did get a part of that.
Yeah.
Basin did a really good job.
Onboard Basin. It's his second great avoidance of the day. Gets in the back of Jaden Hop. Hop hits Jordan Worth, but no damage for Worth. And keep on trucking, Basin.
That was a big break for a lot of guys. A lot of guys in that first crash were honestly about to get lapped by the lead pack. They'll be able to get more damage fixed.
You've got some guys on pit road, like Kyler Wynn, who took the lead. He's going to come onto pit road with 14 laps to go, and he's going to take tires here. Does he think that maybe having the tires could be worth it, coming from the back to the front?
Yeah, I'm curious. I did test this setup, but it was in a little bit hotter conditions. It was 1 p.m. ambient. Jake wanted some variance in the weather tonight, so we're doing, I believe it's 3, 6, and 9 p.m. So that the last Truel will be the coolest, just to kind of see how the races transpire with each condition. We kind of make a decision on the soup races and the 500, but it's also possible he just wants to have a little bit of fun. He doesn't have much anything to lose. Coming through the field, he definitely has the ability. He's shown that he has the speed and he can push and shove anyone he wants to the front. I honestly think it's a really good idea. Kind of figure out what this idea would do late in the race if you tend to go or so. Do tires matter that much?
Have to wait and see. Art makes a good point that, you know what? Kyler has the space. He can try things out. Maybe learn something for the 500. So we're choosing here.
Gosh, big checkup. Trying to figure this out.
Crazy. Like it's a cup race.
Few more takers this go around to the inside. I think they saw that inside go on that last restart. Obviously, it moves back up to the top.
With the lap to green, we're going to quickly step aside to get us to the end of race 1. We'll get the restart with 12 laps to go. When we come back, we're not going very far. Just 60-second timeout. We're back here on FTF as we get ready to finish the Barr Visuals FTF Cup Series Truel number 1 here at Daytona. The top 12 as of this moment will advance, but notice Kyler Wynn is only in the 14th position. If he can get into the top 12, then the car in 13th would make the show. Green flag. Here we go. 12 laps to go.
And this time, no real cooperation on either line. So we're going to be side by side going into turn one. Kem, the leader, decided to take the top. Colin is getting a great shove. That's Nate Stewart in the black 15. Kevin King, third in line.
Trying to win, already pulling out 3 wide.
Are we surprised?
Nope.
Outside line, Hawkingham giving White a shove. That's going to put Kem back out in front, control this situation.
3 wide around the transfer spot. Right now, Wynn is in. That means Andrew, Burns, Basin all fighting for that last spot with 11 to go.
Seth Knoll, he's currently on the outside looking in. He's been up front all race.
Look at
just Ryan
casually.
Andrew.
3 wide, up the gut. Ryan Andrew, who did not pit with Kyler Wynn, so Kyler on fresh tires. Ryan Andrew on some older tires, and now they're starting to go in the wrong direction.
Outside line still just showing its dominance.
Sabelski's in trouble, and what a save! In the back with Aaron Brown. They're going to lose the draft, so they are going to need a caution to get back into the mix. 10 to go.
That was a good catch. By you and by him.
I'm just lucky I could get to his number in time.
Yeah. All right, well, that'll leave us 18 lead lap cars. Derek Farr, 2 laps down. He's still in this pack, but he's gonna need 2 more cautions to even have a chance.
Wynn is still in the thick of things back here.
3 wide again.
Yeah,
I'm starting to question this idea of pitting. I know he's pretty much got the pole locked up, but I think he's realizing just how much of a struggle it is to pass, especially in that middle line, especially when you only have 1 guy behind you. 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go.
Now the good news is Jose did pit with Kyler Wynn and did take tires.
Comes Kevin.
Kevin King was not one of those drivers. Though remember, he got damaged from an earlier
push.
wreck, and they are flying up the middle.
Ran into a brick wall named Daniel Falkingham out of turn 2. Dylan Kem going to try and pinch that inside line. It honestly, I think, hurt him to do that because I think Parker was about to push him and they got misaligned. That push. William Schmidt. That is a name that I have not said. Seth Knoll pulling a Brad Keselowski to his brother Brian Keselowski and putting a car that I have never seen up front, leading the first Truel. Here comes the inside.
Schmidt was the one that got in the back of Kyle Merkel and brought that 1 caution flag out into turn 3. Yep. So he's already been toward the front once. Here he is leading at Daytona, one of the rookies this year with 7.5 to go. Alex Kolonix with help from the most marketable driver, Nate Stewart, to the front, and Kyler Wynn, of course, is right there in step with him.
Probably the 3 most aggressive drivers in this race. 1, 2, 3. Wynn back to the top. Kolonix going to defend. Here comes Stewart. Here comes Dylan Kem making that middle line work for the first time all night long. 7 to go.
Well, look who he has pushing him. Parker White and Daniel Falkingham. That's why it's working. You can add Kevin King into the mix as well. Here comes Kem with the push from the 95. Ka-chow. Put the Jeff Gordon car out in front.
White and Kem going to lead. Starting to pull away. They get disengaged into turn 3. Outside line doesn't have the momentum, so we're not going to see a huge checkup on that high line. Nate Stewart going to block the middle. Kevin King getting pushed by, I believe that's Spencer Burns in the 7. Seth Knoll's also been relegated. He's back to 13th.
And right
14,
now,
15.
yeah, he's out. And Spencer Burns is about to join him. Kevin King saw that the ship was sinking. He dropped in line, keeping his spot inside the top 12 for now.
And if you are anyone that has a decent qualifying effort, you want Seth Knoll in. You want to be able to have that in your back pocket if you're in the top 10 shootout, I believe all but 2 guys have not locked themselves in from that top 10 shootout, whether it's through owner points or through being locked in on time. So you want him to get back up there. Currently 1 spot out, and Kyler Wynn, I believe, just tagged the wall out of turn 4.
Yeah, he tried sticking it in a hole that was not going to let him go. 5 laps to go. As fast as Alex Kolonix was at the front of the field, he is hemorrhaging positions outside the top 10, outside the top 12. He's in 13th. Now he's back in 12th with a push from Seth Knoll as they're jumbled up at the front again. Here comes Falkingham to the bottom for the lead.
Lines continue to shuffle as Nate Stewart going to shove that Falkingham machine back to the front, going from the outside back to the inside. King going to make it a 3-car tandem on that inside, but right now that 09 and the 95 of White and Kem doing a really good job playing defense, side drafting the hell out of that inside lane. That's going to check them up out of the corner. Going to allow that 3rd lane to possibly develop. That's William Schmidt on the top side.
Kyler Wynn won't be afraid to jump out and join them. Kolonix goes to the middle. So Wynn will go to the outside and pick up the 79. And Jordan Worth pulls down to the bottom. That could allow some room for the 182. Here he comes.
Wynn going to be up to 6. Middle line really checking up. Jose Solis all over the back end of Knoll. He lost a bunch of momentum. That's going to take him back out of the top 15. Outside line is cooking. Wynn into the back of White. White into the back of Kem. Back to 2x2, and now Jordan Worth in the sucker hole. Wynn back to the bottom.
Here comes Wynn with Falkingham behind him. Coming to 3 to go in Truel number 1 here at Daytona. The cutoff spot side by side between Spencer Burns, Jordan Worth, and now Alex Kolonix into the mix with 3 laps to go. Just, 7.5 miles here at Daytona.
Inside line starting to get that momentum. Dylan Kem trying to keep them at bay. Side drafted heavy out of turn 2. That will allow that 3rd lane, if they want it to work on that outside line. Jordan Worth is falling back and quickly. No help. He might lose the draft at this rate. No, he's going to be fine.
He's just going to reset and try and make one last shot, and if they wreck, he might be in the best spot of them all. Just can get out of the way, go any direction that he needs to. 2 laps to go in Truel number 1. Can Kyler Wynn hold on, or will somebody out of the pack make the move? Here comes Nate Stewart with help from Kevin King on the inside.
Back to 2x2. Wynn going to try and cover both lanes like Dale Earnhardt Jr. Goes to the top, down shelf, down to the bottom. Here comes Dylan Basin on the top. Ryan Andrew going to cover. Jose Solis Jr. giving the number 11 a big shove down the back. The outside line is going to cover that as they go into turn 3 for the second to final time here in Truel 1. Here comes White to the bottom.
Here comes the champ. We know he's got a fast car, but no help down the bottom. Basin bounces it off the safer barrier. We stay green. Here comes Kem to the inside to pick up White. White flagged in the wind. 1 more lap to go in race number 1. We know how powerful that Kem and White matchup has been, but Kyler Wynn staying glued to the bottom of the racetrack.
That move by Dylan Basin, drop kick the number 88 of Ryan Andrew outside the top 13, and that might be a race-changing move out of turn 2. Here comes the lead pack. Kem pushing Wynn, White pushing Kem. They have got a breakaway, but here comes Falkingham down the backstretch.
Don't forget about that transfer spot. Here comes Kem to the inside. Jordan Worth right now, the last car in. Here they come. It's going to be a free-for-all to the start-finish line. Parker White, can he make the move? To the outside, Kem throws the block. They're going to crash. They're going to crash. Falkingham will win the race.
My God.
A horrific crash at the start-finish line. Who's the last car in? It is Parker White. Parker White will sneak in.
The margin is insane. 8/1000ths of a second.
William Schmidt on his side comes up just short.
And Dylan Kem is not going to make it.
No, the block did not pay off. He finishes 18th and will have to race his way into the 500 through the tiny text.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe he would block that.
Here is the last half lap.
remember, race results are official. As we look at the replay, you'll see Parker goes for it, as anyone would. And Dylan just does not cover it in time. Oh, William Schmidt, heavy hit. And we will have to look at, honestly, this might be a manual scoring situation just because of where the transponder is. There might be guys who are sideways that got in front or got to the line first. This will be a manual review. What a shot.
Man. Parker White actually hit the 79 and kind of pushed him across the line.
Right. So if you look at that replay, I would love to go back on that. I believe...
We have the technology.
I believe... I think Parker does still get it. It's close. Jordan definitely gets 12.
Motion blur. I think Parker gets it. Look how close Poulin is as well there on the apron.
Yeah,
he comes up in 15th. He's 11 thousandths behind Parker White at the start-finish line.
Yeah, only 2 thousandths behind William Schmidt. Holy cow.
I think that's right. Whew.
And we do give in-race penalties for Rex cause. So if Dylan Kim had, I think that would have been on him. If he had made the top 13, I believe he would have been penalized, but I don't think it's going to matter.
We've determined that the last incident is on the 09. It's a moot penalty, but it is still a penalty that would put him in the longest line. The results as shown are official. Top 13 advanced, top 13.
Well, here they are. Daniel Falkingham's your winner. We'll talk with him in just a second. Nate Stewart second, Kevin King third, Dylan Basin fourth, and Kyler Wynn, Jaden Hopp, Jose Solis Jr. Spencer Burns is eighth and is moving on. Alex Kolonics ninth and Seth Nolan 10th. This top 10 that you see will be racing next Saturday night in the Barr Visuals FTF 500.
Wayne Kennedy in 11th. He did the right thing. He chilled in the back and waited for the carnage. He finishes in 11th. Jordan Worth in 12th. He also makes it. Parker White in 13th. He is the final transfer in Truel number 1. He finishes in 13th. William Schmidt devastating. Only 8 thousandths of a second away from making the FTF 500. He will finish 14th. Jake Poulin 15th. Ryan Andrew 16th. Brett Punkari in 17th. Dylan Kim will finish unofficially in 18th. Brian Mercurio 19th, and Christian Kendall, after that big wreck, will finish in 20th.
21st tonight, David Cabrera. 22nd, Brian Sabelski. Aaron Brown, 23rd. Everybody else 2 laps down or more. Derek Farr, 24th. Paul Mikolajczyk involved in that crash late, 25th. Kyle Merkel, 26th. Nicholas Pressey, 27th. And Gabriel Dahari in the 28th position. All right, we're already late, so we'll just talk with our winner, Daniel Falkingham, so we can get things settled and get us ready to go for Truel number 2. Falkingham, what a drive. Take us through those last couple laps.
Yeah, just kind of fell into my lap right there. But yeah, really at the end, I was trying to make sure I could set myself up where if I had a shot to win the race, I could make my move. And thankfully, I was getting word on the last lap because I didn't have the help I needed on the last lap going into 1 and 2, and I lost like 4 or 5 spots. Like Kyler and all them cleared me. But thankfully, they were able to come back up in front of me, and I was able to get their draft again, get clear of the bottom lane, and I was kind of trying to like hopefully force Parker or someone to go down low so I could like push them. And thankfully, like him and DK went down. That left Kyler out to dry, and that got us clear. And then I was getting side after my Kyler. I couldn't stay with Parker and them, but they killed each other coming to the line, and we somehow pull out the win. My second duel, or my second duel win in like 3 years. So I had a good role in these like duel races, but we'll definitely take it.
Daniel, congratulations on the win, and you're locked into the Barr Visuals FTF 500. We'll see you next week.
Heck yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks, Jacob.
That is Daniel Falkingham in the 39, gets the win and gets the job done. We will step aside, go to a break. When we come back, we will eventually get race number 2 off the ground and underway here from Daytona. You're watching the Barr Visuals FTF Cup Series here on FTF as we continue to fill the field for the Barr Visuals FTF 500. Welcome back to the Daytona International Speedway. Truel number 2, I should say. Getting ready to get underway. 50 laps, 28 cars is what it looks like for race number 2. And we'll run through the starting grid. Jakey Pitts and Cosminho Neshu in the broadcast booth. For
Hey, you said
race
it kinda
number 2. Well, I figured I would try for this one time. But Kevin McAdams is on pole for this race. Jake Nichols to the outside. Aaron Smith and Santi Tires. What's that?
I was going to say Kevin elected the outside to start here.
Of course he did. Kwame Scott and Michael Cozy Jr. in row number 3. Cozy back in the 99 where he belongs. Drew Jua, Matt Kemp, Garrett Conrath, Joe Armstrong rounding out the top 10. Cosman, let's tackle 11 through 20.
In 11th, you have Ryan Doucette. In 12th, Jacob A. Wilkerson. Right behind them, Philip Cecil McCandless and Ryan Hunter. Justin Malillo is in 15th with Alex Chilka to his outside. In 17th, you have Kevin Champagne, Tyler Williams in 18th, Ronnie Osmer in 19th, and Alexander Van de Zandt in 20th. That is your top 20.
21st, you went through that way too quick. Okay, compared to Kevin. Kevin took like an hour and a half to get through. I was just trying to do other stuff behind the scenes, like, oh, he's done. Jason Wallet and Chris Wetz, Jamie Ritchie Price, Ryan Naraki, Eric LeBombard, Lawson Peel, Frisch, and Anthony Trippi. That is the field as we get set to go for race number 2 of the night. Pace car will head to the safety of pit lane. Truel 2 with McAdams on the outside and Jake Nichols on the inside. There are some folks that did not make it for this race, specifically Michael Guest, Jordy Lopez Jr., Chase Durheim, and Dalen Barr. We are racing, and we are green from Daytona.
And Kevin's already lost the lead. It only took half a track, half a straightaway.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Try and get it back. He's got Santi Tires behind him, so I have faith.
Oh, yeah, he's in good company up there. Aaron Smith now takes the lead.
Yeah, the Yellow Submarine to the outside of the racetrack. Going for the top spot. He'll take it away. Kevin will push him. They'll drop to the bottom. Whoa, you're not clear, Kevin. That was dicey.
Oh, that could have been bad. That could have been shades of what I did here in 2021 with Matt Adams. Oh, good thing that didn't happen. Kevin is a little bit more aware than I was that day.
Smith will lead the first lap with still a long way to go.
Very long. We still have 49 laps to go. Anything can happen. You saw in the previous one, the finish could affect the results. And yeah, so if you're in, you better just make sure you stay in because there's no prize on the line tonight other than your own ego.
Well, I was going to say, other than making the 500, that's the only prize that you might get.
That is the only prize you need to be looking after. If you're anywhere from 1st to 12th, or in some cases, if some of the people locked in are in that top 12th and 13th and whatsoever, then that is your goal. Pretty chill here. They're just side by side, 2 lanes, not making too many moves. Everybody's giving each other space, except for Joe Armstrong, who just went top 3. But other than that, they seem to be pretty poised and composed.
How about Kwame Scott taking the lead there for a second? Now he's going to get shuffled out of the deck. 3 wide, top of the racetrack by Kwame. It's going to get picked up by Doucette.
But nobody else.
Yeah, they'll be scattered down the front straightaway. Here comes Garrett Conrath in the 900 on the bottom. That Jeff Gordon throwback on the bottom. Or no, that's Drew Jua down there in the 38.
That is, yes.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Drew is pushing Jake, and they seem to be rolling pretty well there. They're not getting side drafted from the top, so I'm expecting Jake to be in the lead by the time we get to turn 3.
Let's see, down the back stretch.
Nope. Kevin and Aaron got together as well, and they had they had some momentum going with Kwame in tow, and they were able to surge ahead.
Better run on that outside line. They come off the corner.
It is the preferred line to beat. And now they go 3 wide with Joe Armstrong leading that middle lane. That middle lane is very treacherous. Your car is moving around way more than in any other lane, and you get side drafted from both sides, so you're also getting slowed down at the same time. If you're gonna make that middle work.
That was a decision there, Joe. Oh, and now he goes to the top to squeeze in line behind the
Joe
63.
was very aggressive.
Yeah.
But it works for him, so. That was a shove by Cozy to Kevin, but they couldn't go anywhere because Aaron was right in front of him.
Now Frisch in the middle.
Kevin's jumps
going to join him.
That is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Middle has some momentum here. Kevin probably noticed that. They have 5 cars versus way more on each of the other 2 lanes.
Whoa, Wilkerson in the 430, elevator down. He wants to go to the lead.
They are keeping that momentum. Look at that. They are moving.
A lot more aggressive here in race number 2 than they were in race number 1, at least to start. Kwame Scott in the middle with the push from Kevin, and now here comes Joe Armstrong underneath Jake Nichols and to the lead.
What a shove by Kevin to Kwame that transferred over to Joe. Now they're moving to the top side. That is the preferred line. Now Kevin's going to get hung out to dry. He will need to get pushed by Frisch here. But as I said, that middle line is very treacherous and really hard to make work. But they seem to be doing it pretty alright, even though they are losing some momentum here going into 1.
Just try and generate that run. Let's see what happens as they come off turn number 2.
Ooh, and I need to turn my sounds down because I can't hear anything. Wow, that's loud as they went by.
Comes Nichols looking 3 wide outside. Has some help from the 97 of Ryan Hunter. No run yet. It's Armstrong and Wilkerson side by side at the front.
There's only about 6 cars on that outside now, making more. Frisch, Kevin, and Joe Armstrong jump up there. That line is going to be moving.
On board with Kevin as he looks to the middle for the lead. Big push from Frisch.
Great push from Frisch. The outside line was losing momentum. Kevin saw that. As you can see, there was a giant gap formed there, and now they are leading. As Kevin goes, yeah, in the chat. Kevin McAdams almost about to lead this lap. Let's see if Jacob Wilkerson has what it takes. Does he have the sleeves for it? He does not. Kevin's gonna lead this lap. Or is he? Oh.
Close.
He did. By 5 1,000ths of a second.
Oh, that's all. Now, Kevin is the driver that's locked in already to the 500 based off of his front row position or his top 3 speed in qualifying. So with him right now being inside the top 12, that means the top 13 cars will advance from this race if it were to end right now. That's back at Garrett Conrath Company where they're only 3 wide with Rujua and Shilcutt. They are 3 wide almost the whole way through the pack.
They really are, and I haven't seen many cars lose the draft. They seem to be pretty content to be in the pack, and with all the checkups that are being created by all this 3 wide racing, the cars in the back can actually keep up. So this will be an interesting one, but all the way to the end.
And this is all the way in the back of the field. Tyler J. Williams on board with him. He is last on the racetrack.
He is just chilling back there.
Yep.
But it's working out because he has enough room and space to slow down in case something happens in front of him, and that will only benefit him. But on the other side, if there isn't a yellow and you have to make up all this ground, it is one of the hardest tasks in sim racing. Especially with these guys who most of them do know what they are doing and how to slow you down from doing that. It seems like they've kind of decided to roll around the top for a little bit. The top has a 6-car, 7-car breakaway up there. And they're just chilling next to the wall.
10 laps complete. Jacob Wilkerson out ahead of the pack, and now things finally, for the moment, looks like they have calmed down. As I say that, here comes Cozy, picking up a big run. Wilkerson gonna block and takes the push.
Great block by Wilkerson. That was a good move because the outside lane seemed to have lost a lot of momentum there. Here comes Cozy though to the outside with Kevin in tow. Cozy to the lead, and I think he actually led that lap as well. What a time! What a timing move.
Mr. Rodcar himself in the 99.
Not surprised whatsoever. Cozy knows how to time these things to the specific right moment.
Has yet to win the Barr Visuals FTF 500, but he has been in contention.
He is. I'm sure he's finished second at least once, right? It's hard to look these things up, but yeah.
I don't think he has. 2 years ago, he was involved in a crash late that took him out. His teammate, who he worked with all afternoon long, Ryan Doucette, won the race 2 years ago.
Yes, 23.
Yeah, and I genuinely do not remember much of last year's race outside of Big Wreck and Jack Mace winning. By the way, Jack Mace did not even qualify for this race.
He did not even sign up, I don't believe.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
We made the man retire.
Oh, well, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but it's 5:58 here in the land of the sleeping sun, and for him over there in Great Britain, it is about 2 hours earlier, so only 4. So I'm guessing he's sleeping, and you know, good for him. Yeah, it's very early.
13 laps.
What? Oh, that was not work.
That
the 84 just threw a horrendous block. They almost wrecked back there. Now the pack is going to be separated.
Yeah.
Man.
We have the technology.
We have the technology.
Let's take a look.
Anthony Trippi, a new sign up to FTF. That was a...
He about trippied over Justin Malillo there.
He definitely did a move that somebody else in the 84 who's been running it for a long time probably would have done.
Oh, they just checked up in front of him. He was like, all right, I'll drop to the bottom
afraid.
of the hole. And he didn't.
Yeah, that hole closed faster than he could cover it. Besides, I think he just panicked, thought he was going to get left out to dry. But it wasn't going to be that bad because he had the preferred lane on to the side draft.
At the front of the
Everybody
field,
got separated back there.
Yep. Oh, Cozy with a big move down to the bottom. And just clear of Kevin Champagne. And now Champagne will try and get him back. Yeah.
Yep. I don't think he liked that, so he just said, no, I will not have it. I will let you run your own lane.
This is my lap lead.
And Kevin Champagne leads the lap. Kevin in first, Kevin in third, and we have a Jacob Wilkerson in second. Is there another Kevin in here? Oh yeah, but he was in the other duel, so. Waiting for the Kevin 1, 2, 3. Ain't happening.
Kevin, and Kevin. He needs Ed, Eddie, and Eddie.
Yeah. Something like that.
15 laps are complete here at Daytona. We will step aside and head to a quick commercial break. Truel 2 underway. Kevin Champagne at the front of the field. You're watching the Barr Visuals FTF Cup Series here on FTF. 18, make it 19 laps complete. Whoa, there goes Aaron Smith. What a save. He got a tap from Wilkerson. Somehow keeps the car pointed straight after almost putting it in the wall.
That was incredible. We barely come back and we almost had a wreck, man. That checkup back there, by the way, has eliminated a few of these guys from the pack. Drew Jua, Lawson Peel, Anthony Trippi, Justin Malillo, Tyler J. Williams, Eric LeBombard, Jamie Ritchie Price, and Philip Cecil McCandless, who was warping like crazy. I couldn't even see him on track much. They are all outside of the draft.
Replay on board here with Aaron Smith. I don't know how he kept that thing pointed in the right direction. He's still out front, but here comes McAdams.
Kevin just jumping down the elevator down there. But to no avail because the outside lane is still the one that surges ahead. Grish is pushing Kevin Champagne and Wilkerson right on his bumper. That is a 3-car tandem, and those are pretty fast. Wilkerson now drops to the bottom. Kwame gets left. Kwame has a gap behind him on the outside. The outside will check up here for a little bit.
Oh, big block from Champagne down in front of Jacob Wilkerson. They were able to point it in the right direction, though.
Good move because the outside lane loses momentum.
McAdams thought about pulling out a line, but saw there was no momentum and instead stayed right in line. By the way, back at the transfer spot, Joe Armstrong and Alex Chilcutt are side by side. That is for, yep, that's for the transfer spot back here. Garrett Conrath in the mix. Chilcutt, yep. Doucette right now on the outside looking in, so is Ronnie Osmer. Alex Van de Sant, Jason Wallet all back here. This is at the tail end of this lead pack. And then you have to go back about 7.5 seconds for Jua, Peel, Trippi, and then 5 more seconds to the final 5.
That transfer spot could change at any second, but right now it seems like the outside line has decided to run away with it. There's another breakaway of about 7 cars here, but they are not side drafting the bottoms, so if they push right, they can get right back up there. Anything can change in that transfer spot, just one tiny checkup, and if you're 12th, you're 17th. That's how quick everything can swap around. It looks like they are catching up a little bit. Cozy leading.
Closing in on halfway. We're just 2 laps away from it.
No yellows. This race has been fairly clean. Everybody's minded their P's and Q's. Kwame jumps low now. Jacob Wilkerson also drops low.
Yeah, we've gotten close a time or two to having a wreck. Like there.
Oh, Cozy almost not clear. Kevin lifted to let him in. What a gentleman.
Kwame to the front.
We have Ryan Araki up there.
Look out! Oh. Wilkerson, a bad block and trouble. They're able to keep it straight again.
Wow. Good saves by everybody. And good heads up for not making that a wreck. And they're still keeping the momentum. Outside lane still seems to be the one having the advantage. Coming off of 2, they are bumper to bumper. They're just lined up. They know what their spots are, and if they just keep this up, they will be in the show. They seem to be fighting back there for the transfer spot a little bit. Right now, it looks like Joe Armstrong has it, but that can change again.
Halfway here at Daytona. Kwame Scott, your leader. Cozy on the outside, trying to lead that outside line back to the front. As these guys, remember, will have to make a pit stop to make it to the end on fuel. The question is, are they going to do it under caution, or are they going to have to make a stop under green? We've been caution-free through the first half of the race.
I actually do not know what our fuel cell is, but from previous experience, I'd say it's about 30 to something laps. So I think pit stops might be very soon. Kevin does like his tiny fuel tanks, so this race might have been thought out for at least one stop. So far, pretty clean with a few wobbly exceptions, but everybody kept it together. They're not going 3 wide very often, they're sticking to 2 wide, and yeah, they're making this go by pretty quick. Meanwhile, in the back, they almost wrecked. Tyler J. Williams almost got a bad push through Justin. That is the last
there,
back.
Damage to the front of the bomber at 42.
Yeah.
17 seconds back from the leaders.
They will need a yellow.
Yeah.
There's no other way. But this other pack, I'm not sure. No, they're also losing them. I thought this 3-car pack here was doing pretty good, but looking at their speeds, they are definitely not going to catch back up. They're missing about 7 miles an hour to the pack.
That's the pack of Jua, Peel, and Trippy. They are 12 seconds back on the leaders. And they're going to come to pit road.
There we go. They better hope that they can get out of the pits before the leaders get to them.
Yep.
See, I believe the call was probably going to be no tires.
Yeah, don't see the cars being jacked up at all, so fuel only.
If anything
Call.
left.
They're going to go fuel only.
There they go.
Here are your leaders off of turn 4.
Oh, they will not stay in front of the leaders.
Nope, they're going to get swallowed up in a hurry.
And they will not have their draft either. That apron can be very sketchy. If you get too close to the yellow line, you could slide up into the racing line. But
Good
they
news
didn't.
is-
They
Yep.
together.
And they do come out just in front of the leaders. Here they are. But Cozy's going to catch them in a hurry.
They will get swallowed up pretty quick. The speed difference is huge. And yep, there it goes. They chose the bottom. Everybody. Joe Armstrong took advantage of that situation and pinned Ryan O'Rourke to the bottom. And he's going 3 wide here on Aaron Smith. He is definitely taking advantage to the fullest of that situation, and he has made up about 5 spots. Even more now. Wow. Aggressive racing does pay out.
Didn't have a ton of help there in the middle. Now this 3-car pack fully integrated by the lead pack, but the problem is they're on the lap down. So if we get a caution, only one of them will get back on the lead lap because of the free pass. Coming to 19 laps to go.
Will they try to fight for their laps though? Ooh, 3 wide for all the way in the back. Lawson Fields settles in the outside lane. Chris Wetz on his inside. They've still kept it clean. And the leader should be pitting here soon, I believe.
You would think. Clock's still ticking.
Michael Frisch changing lanes twice in 3 seconds. He settled for the bottom lane here. This doesn't seem like that was the right call because the outside lane is still the one that prevailed. Kevin McAdams pushing Jacob Wilkerson. Let's see if they can lead this lap. Oh, tandems.
Bobble from Frisch there. The push from Champagne. Wilkerson leads at the line. 18 laps to go.
There are 3 Mickey Mouse cars in this race, and 2 of them are in the transfer spots. Both Ryan Rocky and Kevin McAdams are inside the top 10. Well done for them. Happy to see that. Meanwhile, in the back, they're also single file trying to catch back up. I wonder, I do wonder what the fuel tank is and how, when they're going to pit. Jacob Wilkerson gets left out to dry there in the outside lane. Joe Armstrong with a huge bump to the 43. A 4-car breakaway on the outside, 2 cars standing on the bottom, and a 5th trying to catch up to that 4-car breakaway. Not much is going on. They seem to be pretty content to just ride around and hold their positions.
Gotta
Except for
wonder
the-
here if they're ready for green flag stops and are just not trying to push the issue all that much. 16 laps to go. There, Cosman, is that graphic correct now?
That is the right logo, thank you.
I fixed it in one folder, but I think I forgot to put it in the folder that mattered. Because I opened the Photoshop file and the correct logo is the first thing that came up. So I knew I did it.
Well, in the end, it's there now. That's all that matters. It just looks better.
I agree.
Still a single file train on the outside with a single file train on the inside, which you can probably call super speedway racing most of the time. Swami switching lanes.
Zabelski says around lap 34 to 35. That's where we are right now. Armstrong up and into the wall. It gets back in line. No harm, no foul. Frisch to the bottom. Picks up the lap car of Ryan Andrew. Oh, and he's going to turn Kwame around. What a save!
Contact. Contact and a save. Kwame tried to get too much there. He tried to get on Frisch's right rear, and they got together after that.
Here's the 84 going the long way around to get back on the lead lap. And Kwame Scott's going to pass him right away. Used him to get the lead. And now it blows right on by him.
Kevin is dropping to the bottom to help Kwame. They might... Oh, Kwame drops up high now.
Man.
I was thinking that they might be getting ready to pit here. The 84 is trying to unlap himself, but he is not doing a very good job at it. He is impeding the leaders.
Nobody wants to pit.
Right.
13 to go.
Huh. He's trying to push Kwame up there. So far, so good. You can see Kevin Champagne is giving him room. Kwame leaves him hanging and drops to the bottom.
Cozy dropped all the way to the back, and Al Champagne is going to do exactly the same thing, just stuck in the sucker hole. They're going to drop all the way to the back. That's going to put him outside of the top 13, both him and Cozy. Jake Nichols right now in the transfer spot, coming to 12 laps to go.
You see the guys who pitted, they seem to be trying to get ahead of the packs. They're trying to make their way up front, and they have.
Yep, they've got Randall Rocky trying to join him as well. Now they don't know what to do. Andrew to the bottom. Armstrong using the pack to go to the lead. Everybody's checking up. And McAdams gets turned by Frisch. Everybody scatters. And now they're wrecking further back. Jason Wallace around. Caution's out.
Well, they finally did it.
Go. It's Jason Wallet.
That took a while to progress into a wreck.
Yeah.
all the front runner guys had it saved.
Let's take a look, see what happened. Just all is just stacked up.
That was a huge checkup, and Alex Van de Zandt did not. Was it Van de Zandt? Yes, it was Van de Zandt. Did not see it coming in. Ran into the back of Jason. Oh, Wetz ran the back of Alex, and Alex ran the back of Jason.
From the blimp. Watch at the head of the pack. Ryan Andrew drops to the bottom. And they slow up in a hurry. And just they can't get on the brakes fast enough. And yeah, it's Wetz into the back of Van de Zandt, gets him sideways, and then up into Wallet, nowhere to go. But
That's
this
just
brings
the product of this type of racing.
caution flag out. Just shy of 10 laps to go. And the field is going to be coming to pit road finally to get service. And we will not have green flag pit stops.
This will bring a few of the lone stragglers back there back in contention. Justin Malolo would have a chance again. Tyler J. Williams, Eric LeBombard, Jamie Ritchie Price, he's back in it. Philip McCandless is also back in it, I believe, if he hasn't lost enough laps. No, he is on the lead lap, yes. So all these guys are back in the hunt for a spot in the Barr Visuals FTF 500 next week.
Pit stops with 10 to go. And everybody's coming. That hasn't already stopped. That's going to allow Jua, Trippy, and Peel to get the wave around here. We'll see if anybody decides to take tires or if it's fuel-only stops up and down pit road. Joe Armstrong, the leader, taking fuel only.
I believe it will only be fuel.
Kwame Scott.
Kwame's taking tires.
Same with Santi Tires, Jake Nichols.
It's cozy.
Looks like it's going to be 2 tires for them. Ryan
Cozy
Rocky.
and
Rocky winning the race off of pit road.
he must have taken the least amount of fuel and no tires.
He did take fuel, no tires, but he was on and off pit road pretty fast. Aaron Smith was in the box for a second less, and with the in and out time on pit road, Rocky was just 1/10 quicker, rather 1/10 slower than Aaron Smith.
But
So
RNC gets it.
going to put him at the front of the field. The Mouse House is bouncing.
Indeed. Oh, Kevin was part of that, almost part of that wreck. I think he had some damage. Yeah, his rear end looks like it's a little bit crunched. But he should be fine. And I believe his task from here on out is to help RNC get into the show. Not really anybody got damage out of this, so we will have the whole field back in contention, except for some of the guys that pitted that didn't get their laps back. Anthony Trippy and Lawson Peel were the unfortunate 2 that are still trapped a lap down. But oh, they're taking the wave around. My bad. So everybody will be on the lead lap. Yes.
Yeah. They'll choose this time.
It has been a while. I forgot. Wave
Rocky
rounds are a
choosing
thing.
the bottom. I believe it's Doucette, the first car that picks the outside line.
I think everybody made it safe through the box.
Look that way.
Oh, Drew is just saying I'm choosing outside by staying on track. And the scam line was probably the outside lane. I might have to register more for my own session here quick.
That would help.
At least get my name in there, you know.
So we're going to restart with 8 laps to go.
Eight laps with the whole field still having a chance. I did not expect this. I thought we would at least thin out the field by a few more cars. But this is going to get crazy.
All right, here we go. Now Rocky and Doucette on the front row. Doucette, a former winner of the 500.
Ryan,
Trying to return.
RNC also winner of the 500 winner was Ardennar 2003.
I didn't want to say it and be wrong because I couldn't remember for sure.
Yeah, he did. He won it in 2020, I believe, the year right before we went to iRacing.
Well, here we go.
All right.
Into the
He
restart
is
zone.
going.
8 laps to go. Green flag.
Good run by the 70 and the 37 there. They are ahead of the field. They can choose their line, whichever gets more momentum to boost them forward. Joe Armstrong is very aggressive.
You don't want to get too far out in front, and right now they are. Meanwhile, Doucette is sinking like a cinder block in a 2-foot creek as they make their way off turn number 2. He is stuck in the middle and going the wrong way. Nichols to the outside. Rocky throws the block.
Rocky still leads with Jake Nichols in tow. Back there, they are swapping position like crazy for that transfer spot. They are 3 wide, and they will probably be even more.
To the outside, here comes Matt Kemp. We haven't said his name all day. He's going to the front. He wants to lead. Aaron Smith will lead the lap instead. 7 to go.
Jacob Wilkerson just made a very aggressive move on the inside of Joe Armstrong to take away that transfer spot. Now Joe Armstrong is outside of it. Let's see what he can do. He's been pretty aggressive all night long and very entertaining to watch.
Chocut blocking. Aaron Smith to the outside, rather Chocut blinking. Well, Wilkerson gets sideways and turns him around. Jake Nichols sideways. Caution's out.
And most cars seem to be fine after that.
Yeah, not a lot of damage, just a lot of slides through the grass. FTF Lawn Care Service, at your service.
Nobody's paying for that, though.
Here's the replay.
It looks like a block on wrong. They came up to Santi way too quick. Santi was he was sort of in between the 2 lanes, and then he made the move to block the line. And when he did that, Wilkerson he was already being pushed by Armstrong, and when they connected, they just didn't. They could save it. Wilkerson was safe. I'm curious who they're gonna blame this on.
And it's tough too because you had the blinking car on that inside line. I think that's why Santi couldn't pick a line. He didn't want to be in the same exact spot as the 60.
Yeah. Santi also got left out by the leader. Leader moved up. Yeah. And oh yeah. I believe this could be on pushing the pusher. Not sure. I don't know if they said it. Might have been a racing deal. Oh, Doucette with the slide through the grass. He almost hit. Yep, there it is.
His teammate Cozy did the same thing, sliding through.
The Cole was pushing the pusher.
So they have not chosen. We're going to get a restart with 3 to go.
Cautions breed cautions.
Yeah.
And the field is still in it. I don't think anybody has significant damage. Joe Armstrong's right front seems to be a little bit scraped, but other than that, I think he should be fine as well. Everybody on the lead lap. That's pretty insane to think of. Well, we got 28 people. 28 people fighting for 12 spots.
Casually.
Hmm. They will be choosing this time. Stage winner Aaron Smith. I don't know if we have stages in this.
Does that? Oh, what the?
Sorry, that was
Oh.
me hitting.
Yeah, no, that it was
Oh,
pointing
Philip.
out something on the ticker that was wrong. I don't know why that had the stage thing selected, but
Oh.
Well,
Yep.
he's just the
Thanks,
leader.
David.
And now we're choosing.
Let's see. About
I can
two
get the
first and second
cameras right.
50
Holy.
inside. RNC will be in a good spot, except he's got a warping car behind him. Hopefully Alex Chilton's internet holds up. Seems like everybody was good at the choose, at the chone. We'll have 4 or 3 laps to go when we come to the line.
3 to go
3.
at the restart.
It is a green white checker.
That's if they don't wreck again.
True.
I believe we only have 1 attempt at a green-white checker.
I think there are 3.
Oh, is it 3? Okay.
Yes. Let me confirm this with the info.
Yeah, I thought
If
it was
I know
only
where to
1,
look.
but I could be wrong.
I'm trying to look it up in the info, but I'm not finding it. I do remember they talk about 3. We'll find out.
Yep.
Hopefully we won't need it.
Aaron Smith, Ryan Noraki, Alex Chilcutt, Matt Kemp, Jacob Wilkerson, Santiago Tires, Michael Cozy Jr., Garrett Conrath, Ryan Doucette, and Kwame Scott are your top 10.
This is
We'll
going to get
restart.
interesting.
We'll get a restart with 3 laps to go. The top 12 advance to the Barr Visuals FTF 500. Top 13 if Kevin McAdams is a part of that top 12. Everybody else going to the tiny text. Green flag, 3 to go.
Aaron Smith got a pretty good launch with Garrett Conrath to the outside of Ryan Araki up there. Oh, my bad, Ryan Araki. It was TRS behind the 25. Oh, something's happening to my graphics. You take it, Jake.
Kemp out in front to the outside. Clear from Aaron Smith. Little sideways. No, Rocky in the wall. Everybody scatters. They're 3 and 4 wide down the back straightaway, but they keep it pointed in the right direction. No, they don't.
Oh.
Frisch gets turned around in front of the pack.
Frisch decided that they weren't going to be alright. They were going to be
Drew
alright.
Chua into the wall.
Frisch made a move.
That's
Oh,
not
they're
who
still
I thought
wrecking.
it was. Eric LeBomberg was the car I was looking for in the 42. Ryan Hunter through the grass. And we get another caution. They got stacked up in the outside line. Ryan Noraki got up and into the wall, and it was pandemonium from there.
They were not going to be alright.
Oh, so they got shuffled out of line. Well, let's just re-rack it here. Watch the 70 of Aaron Smith in that outside line. Matt Kemp is
Aaron.
going to come up. He'll slide up in front of Aaron. And then Rocky's going to get to the outside here, make contact, kick him sideways, and that just stacks them all up.
You
And
hit
then
him on the right
Frisch-
side of the rear bumper.
Oh, and then Frisch gets run over
And
by
got
Drew
him moved.
Chua. Oh, and
Drew
Ryan
collects
Hunter.
Ryan Hunter. At the last second. Oh, I think that's a broken toe.
Yeah,
That's why the car reacted that way.
That's a broken lot of things. On board with Ryan Hunter, who thought he had it missed.
Man, so unfortunate. Oh,
Got it,
he
I got
gasses
it, I
up
got
right
it,
there.
I don't got it.
Oh.
Oh.
Then 1 second, yep, and the car is definitely broken right there.
Well, he will join Joe Armstrong in the used car lot out of the race. Santiago Tires is your leader, and we are heading to overtime.
There will be 3 green-white checkered attempts,
Okay.
according to the big screen. That was just an unfortunate bump because he hit him just slightly to the right side of it, and it got Aaron Smith out of control, and Naraki had nowhere to avoid but to the outside. I mean, that just checked everybody up. I'm curious on who this is going to be on. Did they EOL
I would
Fresh?
think Jua for the plow. They are going to send.
Fresh was
EOL
given an
Fresh.
EOL. Did he cause it? They did. So they did gather it back up, and Michael Frisch was the one that pulled out a line and caused the actual wrecking to happen. Bad block by 58 on 38. Yeah, I saw that. We have time here if you want to rewind it really quick. Yeah.
Get warmer.
There
One
it
more
is.
time. I thought from high above it looked like Frisch got drove through.
Peek your eyes on the 38 and the 58. That is... You can see them
58.
trying to check up, and Frisch turns left
Oh,
right there.
yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I can see the reason.
Very
And
marketable
they
move right
were
there.
fine until that. He just jumped out of line and tried to take advantage of a run from behind, and it just didn't pan out.
Choosing this time. Tires gonna stick with the top. No, he's not. I'll leave Matt Kemp up on the outside. How about Jamie Ritchie Price in 6th spot on the bottom side of the racetrack?
Jamie
Crikey.
Ritchie's Price has been making moves.
What is on his fire suit?
Somebody's, a lot of them.
Is that Christopher Bell? Who is that?
I don't know, but it's pretty bad that it made me start coughing. Is it? I don't know. It could be Tucker Minter.
He's
Oh,
blinking.
he's
He's blinking. Got to put the camera back. Bryce
Yep.
Fullwood? Who? Fullwood?
It is
Never heard
Bryce
of him.
Fullwood.
Gotta
We don't know
be.
who that is.
Gotta be a
Uncultured.
supercar guy. Gotta be a supercar guy.
Yeah, most likely.
You Australians and your racing.
They have pretty good racing over there. Not gonna lie.
It's all right.
Aussie V8. Kevin is confirming that there will never be single file restarts on super speedways in FTF.
That's good. Otherwise, somebody will die.
Well, probably Kevin with all the bricks thrown at him. If we ever do that.
All right, so we'll try it again. This is overtime here at Daytona. Attempt 1 of 3.
High side seemed to have been the longest line. Alright, who's gonna get it? We got Kemp, Tires, Conrath, Eric Smith, Jamie Ritchie Price, and Kwame Scott. That's the top 6. Pace car is off. Lead him to the green, Jacob.
Gotta be in the top 12 to advance. Green flag. Good launch from Tires, but you don't want to get too big of a lead. Kemp got a good push from Aaron Smith down the front straightaway. Conrath a little further back. 2 cars on the inside. You got a lot of cars lined up downstairs as they head to turn 1.
Out in turn 2. Oh, they are wobbling and weebling. Jamie Ritchie Price could not handle the bump, and everybody's putting him 3 wide. He is alone down there. Nobody's here to help. Just now he got the help of Alex Van der Zandt, but he lost so many spots. It doesn't
and he's
even matter
blinking.
anymore.
Oh, and they're wrecking.
And
Lawson
contact.
Peel around into Malillo. Kevin McAdams. Ryan Doucette. Caution's out. We'll do it again.
Doucette's engine has expired, so he will be out of the Truel.
Oh, no.
That will put us in attempt number 3 or 2.
The former winner of the 500.
He will have to go through the tiny text, I believe.
More than likely. Let's take a look at what happened. Jamie Ritchie Price blinked, but I think Lawson Peel got hit from behind. And that's how this started. That's a hard hit into the outside wall for the 077. Let's take a look from high above.
It was so bad it blew his engine instantly.
Yeah. Let's see, that's the 84. Yeah, he just gets a bad bump, then bounces off of Chris Wett's in front of him, and then gets another bump from Anthony Trippi. That's the pusher pushing the pusher. And the guy in the middle this time is the one that gets caught. On board, Ryan
it looks
Doucette.
like the 84. It looks like the 84 pushed through the 12.
Yep.
Is that what I'm hearing? That he's the cause?
Doucette just about had it missed and then got caught.
Ah. Oh, and then he almost had it saved. It looks like, did he get hit or did the car just overcorrect to the wall? Kevin slid him toward the bottom of the track and then he came back up and destroyed the wall. Oh, yeah.
Corrected, got Ronnie Osmer in that as well. So his night is done.
Ronnie Osmer was just hanging out at the back for the most of the race. He just gets collected in this one. Nowhere to go for him as well.
We're going to try it again. We'll step aside, squeak in a commercial break. We'll be back after this. We will finish Truel 2 eventually here on FTF. We are back here on FTF. 3 laps to go. Overtime attempt number 2 here at Daytona in Truel number 2. We still have one more 50-lap race to go tonight.
Let's
The
just
top-
hope that this is the Chaos Duel and
Yeah.
it doesn't take much longer.
The top 12 will advance to the Barr Visuals FTF 500. Kevin McAdams is back in 25th place, has a lot of damage. Right now he's 21 seconds behind the leader, so he hasn't even caught up to the tail end of the pack yet. So if McAdams does finish outside the top 12, it will only be 12 cars that we take. If he manages to get into the top 12, we will then take the 13th car, since Kevin's already locked in. But right now, you have to be in the top 12. That's the focus. You can't count on Kevin sneaking his way through.
Well, Kevin has a lot of ground to make up, and if anything, he'll try to help the 37 of Ryan Araki when he gets there.
Well, here we go.
But all the other guys, they're fighting against it. Alright, pace car's off.
2 to go. Overtime attempt number 2 to try and make the Barr Visuals FTF 500. Green flag.
Safety got a pretty good run, but he's not able to clear to get up to the outside. Conrad to help him out on the bottom.
Oh, Aaron Smith around. Hard into the wall.
Oh, that did not look right. That car must be destroyed.
Third and final attempt at Daytona.
And there's
Let's take a look and see what happened from high above on the restart. So he blinked right before the restart, but everything looked okay. Yeah,
I
Jacob
believe he might have
Wilkerson
blinked again.
behind him. And oh, what?
Yeah, no, I think he blinked because if you look at it, he drives right inside his car.
Yeah.
I think what we are seeing.
A bomber just sneaking through there. Not the back of
I'm not
Smith.
sure. I'm not sure if on Jacob's screen, Aaron
He
was
was
there
there.
or not because he just goes right through. Unfortunate for Aaron, couldn't have struck at a worse time for him, but I believe he might have a safety net in the qualifying lap that he put down, because he was, if I'm not mistaken, one of the fast 10, right?
He was third fastest from this duel. He qualified in the 8th position.
So he does have a safety net.
Potentially.
Yeah, but you don't really want to have to use it up, but I believe his chances of making it out of this race are over.
All right, Matthew Zwack, you're going to have to do me a favor and walk to the ocean. Why are we posting your number at 11:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Hello? I've been screaming about numbers since yesterday afternoon. And you decide while we're on the air in the middle of the Truels is the best time to post your number. Guess what? It's not getting added. We'll see you next week.
That's just the fatigue of being up and having to broadcast all these races talking. Jacob is usually nicer than this. Said the guy was awake at 7 a.m. still hasn't done his race.
Seriously.
Eh.
Long night.
Oh man. Well, you see how this race is almost about to hit a sunset?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
ours
the good
is,
news,
we're gonna skip time really quick.
yeah, and the
for the
good
next
news
one.
is that we are at the point of no return here. So if they wreck, too bad. No more cautions
yes.
from here to the end.
Yes, but that means that they will have to go 2 laps no matter what happens, no matter who messes up, they have to go through it. And then penalties will be assessed after the race, so don't think you can get away with something just because it is the point of no return.
Yeah, Kevin.
Rigged. No, that's just what people say, you know. Let's see who does. So right now, Tyler J. Williams is our transfer spot in 12th. Good to see him fighting up there and tussling with the rest of the field, avoiding all the chaos and hopefully surviving by the end of it. Jamie Ritchie Price has fallen down to 15th, but let's see how they choose here. It looks like Ryan Doucette will. Is that right? Oh no, that is Cozy. Cozy will probably pick the pit lane from where he was going. And Sainty wants to pass the pace car.
All right.
2 more laps.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, who do you think's gonna win it? Who we got? Who's looked the best out of the field to you, Jacob?
The pace car.
Oh, pace car's definitely won this one. I'm gonna go with Kevin. I think he's gonna make the right move. Whatever that means.
Jamie Ritchie Price will win this race. No, he won't. But he might.
Who knows? I mean, I don't know.
He might make the Barr Visuals FTF 500, though. That's much more realistic.
There is a chance.
By the way, Aaron Smith is still running. He's behind Kevin McAdams. He's in the 23rd position for the restart. Still plenty of damage on that 70 machine, but as long as his car is still running, he still has a chance to make the show without having to fall back on his speed.
And Philip's still having graphics issues. That's what he said. It's not internet. That is a graphics issue.
Yeah, his CPU's dying. Yeah.
Yep.
Because these cars are not optimized and this track's not optimized. So, yeah, that'll do it. All right, here we go. 2 laps again. Matt Kemp sleeping on the restart. Now he gets caught up.
Base car's off.
Green lights on. Green flag.
Good push from Matt Kemp to Santi. Got him out ahead. Now Santi can choose his lane. He will obviously go for the outside lane, which has the most momentum. Going into 1, the outside prevails. Kemp is left on the bottom with Kwame Scott on his rear bumper, sniffing it good and pushing it hard.
Sure. Kemp.
Sorry.
Leading the way. Kwame Scott on his back bumper. Looking to the outside. Cozy looking middle. Don't forget about the transfer spot as well. Right now, Jacob Wilkerson is in the final spot. Jamie Ritchie Price to the inside. He gets sideways.
He gets
Here
way
comes
too
Champagne. White flag, 1 to go. Kemp out in front. Champagne to the outside with the push from Frisch. Here comes Chris Wetz. The tandem working together.
The 2 Barr visual cars back to back up there, 2nd and 3rd on the outside line. Stanty right behind him. It's looking like the outside lane has the momentum. Kemp and Kwame do not seem to be catching back up. Let's see
Anybody pull
what
to the
Champagne
inside.
does.
Wetz thought about it. He's too far back. Frisch drops to the bottom. Side by side. They're 3 wide further back for the transfer spot with Ryan Delrocky and company. Here they come. Checkered flag.
Transfer spot's getting.
Frisch is going to win the race at the line. Transfer spot goes to Ryan Delrocky.
Yeah, let's go.
Delrocky gets the last spot over Drew Jua and Justin Malillo. Cars that will not advance. Jamie Ritchie Price, Lawson Peel, Philip McCandless, Alex Van de Sant, Kevin McAdams is already locked in, but Aaron Smith will not advance. And of course, the 3 cars out of the race: Doucette, Hunter, and Armstrong.
Man.
The 13 that advance: Frisch, Kemp, Scott, Champagne, Tyler J. Williams with the top 5, Wetz, Cozy, Tires, Conrath, Wallet. Also, Nichols and Noel Rocky. They all advance, along with Kevin McAdams, who was already locked in. First car out is Drew Jua, Malillo, Osmer, LeBombard, Peel, Trippy, Wilkerson, Chilcutt. Then your final 8, Jamie Ritchie Price, McCandless, Van de Sant, McAdams, Smith, Doucette, Hunter, and Armstrong. The 28 cars in Truel number 2 that took way too long. So, that's it for Truel number 2. It did start off so well, and it's going to end. It ended in a mess. Nonetheless, you've got a race to do.
I kind of do.
Yeah, so we're going to step aside, go to a break. We will come back for race number 3 on the night, Truel 3, after this, here on FTF.
Thanks for having me up here.
Absolutely.
For tolerating me.
All right, here we go. Race number 3 from Daytona. We've turned the lights on, and we've turned the sun off. 50 more laps around Daytona, and we will name a winner. As don't mind me, I'm just going to set up a choose cone camera because I didn't realize that this camera was legitimately pointed at nothing. There we go.
Look at that.
All right. Expert broadcasting. Let's take a look at your starting grid. That button. There we go. Matthew Zwack, he's on pole. Brandon Cattell to the outside. Josh Chin and John Hall in row number 2. Corey Carpenter, William White, Cole Freilich in the 4. David L. Brown, Cosmin Yoneshu, and Jonathan Oates rounding out the top 10.
Row number 6, Nathan Rabideau will be on the inside. Ray Alfala, winner of the Bruh Clash last night in the 2. He'll roll off in 12th. TJ Crampton in 13th. Outside of row 7 is Dylan Duval, Blake Reynolds, and Jack Simpson 6th. We'll need to fix that. That's row 8. Lucas Plussel in row 9. The 01, that's Matt Spalding. We'll have to get that fixed as well.
Yeah, I don't know why that one's not working.
Roll off 18th. Tyler Dubosh, 19th. Jonathan Goke in 20th. 21st, Josh Stoltz. 22nd, Scotty Smith. 23rd is Art Reimer. 24th is Alex Little. Zach Novak rolls off in 25th. Matthew Brewer in 26th. Jonathan Cutlip in the 5 will roll off 27th. And starting shotgun on the field is Carson Hocevar. Carson had to disallow his time for tonight to be in Truel 3 because he was running the Clash practice and heats, so he will roll off dead last.
All right, Matt Spalding shows up. That's good.
There you go.
All right. So I'm not happy with Matthew Zwack because he decided that the best time to post his number was at 11:23 this evening. While we were, I think, on attempt number 1 of 3 in the Truel number 2. So the drivers that have already locked themselves in: Kyler Wynn, Kevin McAdams, Daniel Falkingham, Michael P. Frisch, Nate Stewart, Matt Kemp, Kevin King, Kwame Scott, Dylan Basin, Kevin Champagne, Jaden Hopp, Tyler J. Williams, Jose Solis Jr., Chris Wetz, Spencer Burns, Michael Cozy Jr., Alex Kolinick, Santiago Tires, Seth Knoll, Garrett Conrath, Wayne Kennedy, Jason Wallet, Jordan Worth, Jake Nichols, Parker White, and Ryan Nalraki. Several positions left to go. We'll fill at least 12 of them right here. Green flag. Let's go. Two by two, calm at the front, and Brandon Cattell will lead lap number 1 barely over Matthew Zwack.
Call that a rehearsal potentially for the win. 2/100ths of a second. That outside line, despite not doing a lot of side drafting, doing a pretty good job of keeping that momentum. But for now, that inside line will stay attached as Josh Chin will pull up to the outside right in front of Cattell. That'll leave Zwack out to drive. But here comes Corey Carpenter. Here comes Cole Freilich, new driver in that number 4 this year, was Nate Stewart over the last few years, but he has switched to the 15, so we'll see what he can do. But so far, still side by side as Chin looks to side draft the inside.
Yeah, casual ride swap there between the 4 and the 15, and uh-oh, things getting dicey. Josh Chin's in trouble. I can't believe they made that work through the tri-oval. 4 wide on lap 3.
Josh Chin going from first to about 10th. And I'd say about 3 or 4 seconds. Here come the track racer duo on the top. Cosman going to block that. What an absolute aggressive move from Cosman. I got destroyed by the 84, and I had to remember that that is not Cosman this year. He's in the 24 this year.
The color of the year is mint, apparently. Or close to it.
Merry Christmas.
He's giving Freilich a Christmas present right now, pushing him toward the front of the field.
Carpenter trying to control the bottom lane by pushing Zwack out front. Rabideau going to clear himself. Here comes Chin back through the field after that could have been so bad on lap 2. Going to give Rabideau a shove. That'll transfer the energy to Carpenter. And we'll see. I thought the setup was pretty stable in our duel, or Truel. But I think as the track gets cooler, the aggressiveness is going to turn up a little bit. So far, I'd say 4 wide on lap 2 says that. Zwack leads.
Corey Carpenter and Nathan Rabideau right behind. Already 4 laps in the books.
Oh,
Somebody up by the wall back here. I think it was Scotty Smith maybe that just brushed it getting into turn number 1. They're trying to make a third line back here.
Jack Simpson was also squirrely through the corner. Big shoves from the back of the pack. Jonathan Goke shoving the hell. I think that's William D. White in the 33 it is. That's what caused that big wreck down the back stretch. About 10 cars back started pushing and filled half the field. Got to be careful back here. Here comes Hocevar in the middle. Big momentum. Here comes Freilich to the lead. What an absolute load of momentum from Hocevar.
You sure that thing's legal?
That's his Bowman Gray car.
That's like the run that somebody had last night. I can't remember who it was at the end of that deal. Was that Kyler? I don't remember. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Bye, Matthews Whack. Been nice knowing you. He's dropping to the back. Yes, Hocevar's here. He qualified yesterday. He ran Bowman Gray earlier today. And after dropping his time so he could show up, he's here in this final Truel.
He's already from 28th to 2nd in 6 laps.
Is that good?
I think it kills the idea that you can't pass in this. If anyone ever has said that, like, I'd say it works. God, he sucks in the super speedways in real life. Maybe he should learn a thing or two from this.
There he goes for the lead.
Yeah. Osmond gonna follow him. Duval gonna drop kick Freilich to the 3rd lane. Zach Novak, another track racer car out there. There's 3 of them. Reynolds is also in this race, I believe. Yep, there he is in 10th. Yep. We got some teammates.
Tavar to the bottom. Back to the top.
Carpenter doing a good job staying up front. Almost stole the Clash win from Alfala last night.
That's what
after a Hail Mary attempt on those 4 tires. I really think if he had an open lane, he would have won by about a second. But Alfala came home with it. Gonna lead lap 8. Gonna be working lap 9. We'll see if these guys can be the first Truel of the night to get green flag stops. I doubt it.
Well, we got close. Heat 2 was close.
I know.
And then right on the limit, they finally wrecked.
Yeah, we went to the bottom. The only reason why I was even down there, I was getting ready for stops, and then the 84 just drops his anchor in front of us as a lap car. I don't know what happened. We were close, though. Here comes Chin. The help from Hocevar Cosmin Yoneshu on the top. And this looks a little bit calmer than about 5 minutes ago. There's Chin. And you can see a little bit the Tommy Milner salute. There he is. Ball looking middle. Here comes Novak with him. Jonathan Oates. That's a teammate to Blake Reynolds. So they're trying to make some moves. Here they come back to the top, snaking through the field. Chin's going to really lose his momentum here.
Breaking up the Mouse House party that was there between Chin and Cosmin, and look out. Goodbye, Josh Chin. See you later. Here comes Dylan Duval for the lead.
Timing couldn't have been worse for Cattell either, because he had just moved there and had built up some momentum. He was getting ready to pass some guys. Not anymore. Now we got 2 track racer cars trying to control this pack. Novak on the bottom in the white. Track racer 02 for the 2. And then the famous Travis Pastrana 199. Both Channel 199 cars in the Coke Series. Duval on the outside. He's currently 4th.
Going in the wrong direction right now in that 199.
Yeah, I still believe what I said in Heat 1 is Cosmin is, I don't know how he's getting loose. I think if you have 4 or 5 guys on that inside line and you guys kind of just cooperate a little bit, which these guys are not, they're going to keep racing, but I think you can control the field. I think that's where you want to do it. Being at the top, you have to worry about people getting on top of you, going 3 wide. You're running the longest way around. I think if you have some cooperation on that inside, it'll work. And a Cattell out of nowhere. Here he comes through the middle.
He's going to get help. Oates is going to join him. Moving John Hall out of the way.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That middle line can do things until it can't. It's very... I've seen it where you go from 30th to the top 5 already, but you can also go from the lead to about 20th. Is
Cattell
Cattell
again
doing a good job? Yep.
Shuffled out of the way.
He's got a couple teammates in this race, at least pseudo teammates, alliances. Got Corey Carpenter, Ray Alfala. Well, he will have help if he absolutely needs it towards the middle late portion of this race. Here comes Alfala in the middle in that drafty car number 2. No one helping him. There he is.
And there he goes.
And there he goes.
Just, it's cursed. Ray Alfala with rookie stripes on him.
And as soon as this outside line gets momentum, they start trying to pass each other, and it just kills their momentum. They were moving, and Oates kind of looked low on Simpson down the backstretch. They're starting to regather it back up, but I think they could have gotten there a little bit sooner. They're tandeming. That tandem works.
Just don't wreck yourself.
There we go again. They're 3 wide. They're going to lose all the momentum they have.
Oates decided to
What
go
are
to
we
the
doing?
outside.
You got to do that later. Get to the front first.
Oh, man. Simpson almost got to Alfala.
Chin's looking middle. No help there. Alfala, Oates going the long way. Here comes Reynolds. Here comes Hall trying to get back to the front. Starting the side draft goat through the corner. And that's what you got to do if you're on that top side. It's not just faster because it's faster. You got to pull that inside line back to the best of your ability. Here comes Carpenter. He's going to block that outside. We'll see if Novak and Hocevar follow suit. We're going to stay on the bottom for now. Hall and Oates. Wow.
Didn't realize we have a comedian here, too. Hocevar looking for the lead again.
Oh, someone's in the fence. That was Scotty Smith. Big time checkup. Chin had to check up. Fralick really had to slow up. Dubois slowing up. They're going to have to regather it. And this actually might be a godsend for some of these guys. Alex Little was almost out of the draft. That's going to keep him in it. Still all 28 cars in this lead pack. Working lap 17. What is the actual sponsor on that car? It's like Best Buy. It's like All Gas TV.
Oh. Well, he needs all gas right now to keep with the draft. To the front, Novak. Still out in front. Oates trying to pressure him.
Apparently there was a trade, an NBA trade.
Oh?
Might have to look at that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is big.
Whoa!
Luka for Anthony Davis? What? What are we doing? 3-team trade?
We interrupt this broadcast for a breaking news announcement.
Dun, 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 dun,
I am
dun,
going
dun.
to explain this as Zach Novak leads, and they're about to be 3 wide. If they crash, we'll cut back in. The Lakers receive Luka Doncic, Max Kleber, and Markieff Morris. The Mavericks receive Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the 2029 Lakers first pick. The Jazz, why are they in this? Jalen Hood-Schifino, 2025 Clippers second round pick, and the 2025 Mavericks second round pick. This is some fantasy basketball madness as John Hall takes the lead.
Do the Lakers not have a first-round draft pick for the next 4 years? Is that why they had to give up a 2029 first-round pick?
Yes.
Good grief.
It's like the Suns. The Suns don't have like a round pick until like 2032 or something like that. It's nuts.
And why are the Jazz here exactly?
I'm sure they're just taking picks to
trying to stay relevant.
I don't understand. That is insane. Anyway, so you have a race.
Jimmy Butler right now kicking and screaming like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to get out of this stupid city. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. How about race cars?
We have a track racer trio up front. They are gone. Why are they wrecking? Who we wrecked?
Big in the back. Josh Chin. Big damage. No. Rabideau with the hood up. Cole Fralick might have gotten a piece of it. Caution flags out. 20 laps in.
It was so far behind the leaders. Oh yeah, man, I think that was a bad block.
Uh-oh. Well, I went way too far back, so we're gonna do a little bit of.
We weren't paying attention anyway.
Yeah. All right.
There we go. Right here. Watch Tommy Milner there in the middle, and watch that 73 car. Yoink.
Oh. How did Rabideau get that much damage? Oh! And Brewer piling in. Jonathan Goat got a piece of it?
if that was real, I feel like Rabideau might be okay. Just tape it down.
Yeah.
Look, this
Where-
needs to not happen anymore.
Where are we going?
I absolutely despise, and it's just because you can get away with it in this car about 90% of the time. I despise when people block these runs that are like 10 mile an hour faster.
On lap 21 of 50.
Like, what are we doing?
Pack. Yeah, that was bad. Nowhere for... Cattell honestly did a great job hanging on to the race car. Because that should have been gone. Watch that 80.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Right there, I thought he was going straight towards the outside wall.
Yeah, and he would have taken Stoltz and about 4 other cars with him. All right, pit stop time. Everybody's on pit road. This will be their one and only stop to make it to the end. Is anybody brave enough for tires? Jack Simpson missed his box. He'll win the race off pit road. He'll do it again. John Hall, fuel only. Corey Carpenter, fuel only. But guys like Cattell and Matthew Zwack taking 4 tires.
I do think tires matter.
Yep.
A little bit.
Duval, the first one off of pit road with 4. Ray Alfalla decided to take 2 tires on pit road. We are under caution for the first time in Truel number 3. We will step aside and go to a break. Jack Simpson, currently your race leader, but he's got to come back to pit road because he missed his box. We'll choose in the restart next here on FTF. We are back. Nice cough. Here on FTF. Just in time. Ready for the restart. John Hall, Corey Carpenter on the front row. After they chose on the front straightaway. Good to see several people are typing in the Discord.
What is Carson doing? There we go.
I don't know. Don't we say that a lot?
Yes. He sent me that picture of him with the flamethrower. I was like, oh my God, that's the worst person to have one of those.
Run for cover. All right, John Hall, Corey Carpenter leading us back down to the restart. We're 1 lap shy of halfway, and we're back to green.
Oh, what a horrendous start on the top.
Yeah, that was not great from Corey. Remember, these guys at the front, very front of the field, did not take tires on pit road during the caution flat. First car with tires is Josh Stoltz. He took 4. Ray Alfala took 2. Everybody else, it's either
Hocevar,
4 or none. And here comes Carson to the outside.
That was a very low percentage move that he somehow made work. Stoltz takes over that top line. See if he does anything. 3 wide for 7th. Make it 8th. We are officially halfway.
Stoltz going to lead a lap, and we are at the halfway point. At 12:29 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if we saw anything in that last race, lap 25, there is still a lot that can happen in this race.
At the end of that second Truel felt like an NBA game.
I think my average running position from lap 1 to lap 40 was 3rd, and then and then the can was open.
Yeah, then it was 23rd for the final 15 laps.
So the leaderboard might not look the same in about 15 minutes.
Hocevar out in front of the field, 24 to go.
And that inside line, like I mentioned before, if they start cooperating again, they were really hard to pass. And Stoltz is going to get shelved to the middle.
Oh, and he got
their
tight
teammates
there.
on the top. Oh, man. Yeah, they had to check up heavy. They got really squirrely out of turn 2, and that really just killed their momentum. That'll have now 6 on the bottom. Here comes Alfala to go to the top. Corey Carpenter.
I thought Stoltz was going to wash up into him because he saw it at the wheel, but that car's not turning coming off corner exit.
I'm just going to take some of these spots, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll go up to 5th. Haven't talked to him or talked about him much.
Hard to miss him, right?
No, yeah. That Aaron Smith out there, he's just happy to see me. That's more like a John Gorlinski color.
Yeah. We're getting into Paul Menard territory there.
Yeah. Hocevar once again trying to play both sides. Covering the bottom. David Brown probably not going to tolerate that much longer. One of the more aggressive super speedway drivers. If you're ever in an 87 race, I'm willing to bet you'll be in it. But for right now, covering that inside. Here comes Hall. Here comes Carpenter. Carpenter's been a really good pusher so far throughout this race. Oh, big push. Scotty Smith into the back of Goke. That's going to check up the top. Smith is in the wall. Drew Bosch is in the wall.
Oh, there they go.
Turned. Brewer is in it. Chin is in it again.
Crampton, the
Multiple
03.
cars.
Matt Brewer spinning down pit road.
Freilich.
Caution's out for the second time tonight with 21 laps to go. And it all started around the Scotty Smith machine. Here they are down the backstretch.
Yeah. He just carries the momentum too much into Goke, and as soon as that happens, the check happens. He just plays a little bit of pinball.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I'd say
man.
that would be
Blake
definitely
Reynolds.
on the 23.
Oh, there's Cosman involved in that. Blake Reynolds almost got nailed and was able to sneak right through it.
Here's a view from Cosman. You can just see that checkup, and there's nothing you can do if you're 3rd or 4th in line. Cosman might be all right. Maybe a little right front wheel damage, but he should be able to get that at least somewhat fixed. Yeah, right front's killed a little bit.
Yeah. How about the 66 here? No, you kind of missed it because I hit the wrong button, so we'll try it again.
It's all right. There's like 3 track racer cars. It's easy to not figure out where you need to be.
I clicked on the wrong camera, not the wrong car for once. So let's see. They stack up.
Oh.
Okay, well, yeah, Dubois makes one wrong move, and Blake Reynolds is in the wall.
Yes. Let me paint a picture.
So John M. Hall is the leader with 20 laps to go, and more than likely we will choose next time by.
We'll get an idea here. See who's in the pits trying to fix damage. Chin for sure. Alex Little just pulled off pit road. Cole Fralick says he has 6 minutes of damage. Rabideau still down there. He must be still trying to fix stuff from last time, unless he was also in that. Crampton, like you mentioned, Dubois, Stoltz, who was just leading this race. Matt Brewer is done for the day. He will finish in 28th. He will not. I don't think he has any kind of points or qualifying that he can fall back on. He will have to run the tiny text. Oh, there he is. It's all right, Matt. You got the tiny text. You just got to win it. It's a lot.
No pressure.
It's a lot easier than making the top 12 with this. No pressure.
Is it? A lot easier?
Most of the time, you don't even have to win it. You just have to finish second or third, because most of the time the winners just take the money.
Yeah.
If you want to make the race, just make sure the people around you are more greedy than wanting to have some fun. Or you can just bet on yourself and win the 500.
All right, one to green.
Everyone.
I forgot already that I made a choose coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Camera.
everyone did make the choose. We're good.
Well, and even the last one I think I missed. So
Yeah, it's okay. We'll reset here. It'll be 18 to go. John Hall, your leader. David L. Brown in second. Carson Hocevar in third. Corey Carpenter fourth. Lucas Plussel, most recent Moon Car winner, in fifth. Ray Alfala sixth. Jonathan Cutlip seventh. Brandon Cattell eighth. Dylan Duvall ninth. His teammate Blake Reynolds in 10th. I just noticed that Reynolds is in a Toyota. That's new. He was in a Ford last year. Goke, who somehow did not get involved in that, despite being right in the action. 11th, Spalding in 12th. I haven't talked about him much tonight. We'll see him up front, I'm sure. Art Reimer, 13th. Novak, 14th. Swack, 15th. Jonathan Oates still out there. Fight what he did.
So here we go. John M. Hall, David O'Brown, ready to go for the restart. 18 laps to go in Truel number 3. Where not only do we set the final 12 drivers from the Truel, but we'll essentially figure out everything else but the tiny text winner.
outside line. Just the place to be. Brown going nowhere. Carpenter and Ray Alfala, along with about 4 or 5 other guys, trying to push that outside line back to the front. Duval tries to pull out a line. That doesn't work. John Hall pulls out a line, just basically concedes the lead to Hocevar. Not sure
really
why.
Stacked up.
That's really bizarre.
I thought Duval got the
Oh,
wall or
man,
something.
what-
Oh,
why?
where are we going?
I'm really curious here. There we go. He's going again. Well, Hocevar leads.
Yep.
Flussel second, Cutlip all the way now up to third. So we have the driver who started 28th in first, and the driver who started 27th in third. Goes to show that my qualifying efforts are meaningless. Once again, this inside line.
Gone.
Take notes. Oh, Duval. That's that black car right in the middle there.
You can see him back there, that pixel.
Yeah. And once again, when these guys go 3 wide like this,
Oh,
it just
that ain't gonna
delays the
work.
inevitable.
That ain't gonna
Oh,
work,
he's saving
Duval
it.
Rex.
No, he's not.
Oh,
he
they
saved
did
it.
save it.
No, they
Caution's
didn't.
out anyway.
Oates ended
They
up
did.
finally going around.
Oh, it's Jonathan Oates that finally goes around.
That was
But the-
almost a preliminary yellow. That should not have been thrown until about now, about 5 seconds later.
Wow.
I think the cone is fine, Josh. I think they all avoided it. Let's see what happens here. I was not really. Just pushing him through.
Yeah, Duval thought he had a hole, and he did not. And then Oates, how in the world is he going?
I think Scotty Smith was trying to avoid things.
Let's see.
I think it's Scotty gets it. There goes Scotty. He goes through the pits.
Oh,
It
yeah.
hangs a right.
Yep, they just meet in the middle.
Yeah.
On board with driver 199.
He's just getting shoved.
Unhinged maniac. And again, they all saved it, except for Jonathan Oates, who was really just an innocent bystander in all that.
Well, it sucks when something like that happens. You're just an innocent bystander after someone else causes an accident. He did apologize, by the way, for his heinous block in the race. So that's good. That's progress. Now he just needs to not do it again.
Shout out to the Mavs for posting the video. Happy National Texas Day, y'all, with Luka Doncic climbing out of a old car. It was posted at 3:04 this afternoon. Well, Mavs, I got bad news for you.
No.
He's getting in that car and taking off to L.A.
So Shams tweeted, the Mavericks approached the Lakers recently and offered Luka Doncic, sources tell ESPN. Lakers brass met and believe the 25-year-old Doncic has the ability to be the face of their franchise for the next decade while giving Anthony Davis a win-now move in Dallas.
You mean okay, well, first of all, Doncic's only 25?
Yes.
Jeez.
He's like a
second of
7-year
all-
veteran at 25.
Second of all, face of the franchise, they have Bronny James. What's the problem?
I don't know, man. I guess they want 2.
I guess they want to win. I
Turns
guess
out
that's
nepotism doesn't work in
it.
sports.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we reacted to it live. Go back about 20 minutes.
somebody's reporting the Mavericks did not warn Luka that he was getting traded to the Lakers.
No shot.
Surprise! Hope you like California.
Maybe he'll win an MVP now.
Maybe he'll win a ring now. Well, I don't know. I don't want. LeBron doesn't need.
Oh
any
my
more.
God. William White, we missed it. I put it in the chat to look at him. He made an amazing save.
Okay. Oh, yeah. We went back way
You
too
broke
far.
it. You broke it.
Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Excuse me.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
It's gonna take a
You're
while.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Keep
All
going
right, here
and
we
stop.
go. Do I need to go inside, look at the hands?
Maybe? You did a really good job. It looked way crazier in the whole, like, watching it.
One more view.
We're not missing anything. They just.
I was
showed.
going to say, we're not at the restart yet.
Oh my God, that could have been so bad. That wreck could have been at least 10 cars.
Oh, yeah. I thought for sure when I saw him dive for that spotlight, yep, here we go.
All right, so we got dozen laps. Hopefully it's not going to be as costly as a dozen eggs.
If eggs weren't so expensive, I'm sure somebody in the chat would start throwing them at you for the joke, but...
Boo, yeah. You have to resort to medieval and throw tomatoes at me.
There you go.
Boo this man,
Oh,
boo.
boy, here we go.
He's just upset. He's the only person in our channel that hasn't made the race.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's alright, I'm going to win the tiny text.
You better. All right.
Here we go. Green flag, 12 laps to go.
And once again, that inside line is the place to be. Cattell, no help.
Yeah. Oh, that
Oh,
was bold.
man.
Oh, boy. Sure.
That really screwed over Goat. Goat
Yep.
had this check up for White.
Now he's just getting freight trained.
Well, they might have some momentum here. Got Jack Simpson. He just pulled out of line. He was actually right in front of Corey. He probably just should have stayed up top.
Yep.
Here comes Carpenter. Here comes Alfala again. I honestly think right now the best pusher in this race is that 30 car. Despite the Chevy nose, some people think it's a disadvantage. I think it's fine. The way he's been doing. Here comes that outside. Oh,
Trying.
big push.
Big
I'm
run.
telling you. I'm telling you. See if Cattell starts side drafting that inside. Not yet. Not quite. Trying to keep the momentum. Here comes Carson. Oh, man.
Ten to go. How about Jonathan
He's
Oates making it
commanding.
3 wide up the middle?
Oh, they're almost 4 wide back there. That's Rabideau looking high. Here comes Chin.
Lucas Plessel to the lead.
All right.
Using those lessons from Mooncar a couple of nights ago as Jeff Stoltz scrapes the wall.
About an 8-car breakaway. Here comes Stoltz with Chin. Trying to get back to the front. Carson losing a bunch of momentum. Bunch of ground on that outside, way up against the fence.
Oh, Rabideau, where are you going? And around goes Just Chin. They saved it almost. They didn't actually, though. Somebody got wrecked. Duval. Still Duval up against the outside wall. And another minor crash brings the caution out inside 10 laps to go. They've done a great job of almost crashing tonight.
I thought that was another false alarm.
Yeah, I did too.
Josh Chin, once again, the epicenter of a crash.
Not his fault.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rabideau again. He's in another accident, too. I think that one might be on him.
The Rabideau just trying to get to the inside.
Yep.
From high above. There's a hole here, and here, and here, and he just waited too long to go for it.
Yep. Second guessed himself. Freilich again.
Blake Reynolds got a piece of that, so 2 of the 3 teammates there. On board with Dylan Duval.
And it makes you start to think some of these guys that are, honestly, I think they're pretty fast. I think if they put some time, I know a lot of guys went into that qualifying session either last night or earlier today and just, let me just put a lap down. Let me just, get on the board. I bet they're going to be thinking that over when they are not even close to a provisional spot for Q or points if they miss. It's important. You got to cover all your bases if you want to make this race. Like yesterday, I was talking to Carson. He didn't realize it was one and done. And he was kicking himself because he thought about that stuff. I think that's why he's been running so aggressively, staying up front. He knows how this is his only shot. He has no points. He has nothing to fall back on. A lot of these guys don't have anything to fall back on. Man, look at Lucas.
Time of his life.
Leading this race. What is that uniform? That fire suit is something. Oh, I can't see.
Ugly Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
Mooncar winner. Trying to win an FTF tonight.
That might have been the craziest finish I've ever seen in Mooncar. I forget who told me. I think he came from 22nd to 1st in one lap.
It's insane. I just never forget Dylan Dreiling, unhinged maniac, wiping everybody out.
You're saying that there's more than one?
Of course.
There's another unhinged maniac?
Sean Butler's the original, the OG.
The real OG, terrorizing people in New York City right now? Maybe I shouldn't say those words out loud.
Red alert! Red alert! All right, so we're going to get a restart with 5 laps to go.
Jonathan Goke says, I don't even know if my car is okay. Well, did you pit?
Nope.
Let's take a look. Car looks okay. Not gonna lie, car looks immaculate. I like that scheme. Oh, there's a choose. Get on it. Oh, it's too late. There we go.
We got some of it. Goke chooses bottom.
Spalding. Little chooses the bottom. Smith chooses the bottom. Hall. I'm still really confused on what happened to him. He went from leading to just conceding it.
Drifting backward.
It'll be 5 laps to go, which could either mean we go into green, white, checkers next caution, or we end this race in 5 laps.
Let's finish this race in 5 laps.
It is 12:53 in the morning on the East Coast. Let's go.
Cosmin Ionescu, it is almost 7 a.m.
Yeah.
right now in Cosmin
he's-
country.
He's got to be struggling.
Like,
I believe he is, at the moment, locked in on points. At least that's what I was told. I don't know the whole picture.
so
but
right now, there are 2 additional drivers that have been locked in. Aaron Smith has been locked in on speed, and Lawson Peel has been locked in based off of last year's owner points. So there are still 4 owner point spots available, 2 times left on speed. The starts provisional, and then the Tiny Text provisional as well. That one we won't solve until next Friday night, which at that point will probably be Saturday morning. But here we go. Plessel, William White. 5 laps to determine who is going on to the Barr Visuals FTF 500, and a really sloppy start at the front of the field as we're back to green.
Like that outside line finally stayed remotely close to the inside. Plessel being pushed by Cutlip. Oates trying to redeem himself after causing that crash early on, pushing William White down the backstretch. A little bit of a gap on that inside. Got to keep it together. Carson a little bit behind Zwack there. Here they come.
William White out in front. Push from Jonathan Oates. You've got Cattell up there. Real Falla all trying to work together.
Outside line disconnected. Oates got off the back end of White, and that's really killing their momentum through the front stretch. Here comes Zwack. Zwack is clear. Hocevar looking to get clear. He's going to go to the top. Big move from the 77.
From William White. He's up to 3rd. He's losing a little bit of time up there.
Outside line has no speed.
Yeah.
Not a lot of help. Only 5 cars on that outside line. Here comes Goke. Here comes Spalding. Looking to cover the position. Battle for the transfer currently belongs to Zach Novak.
It's getting busy.
It's getting real crowded.
Here comes Ray Alfalla to the outside. He'll get pushed by Hocevar. He's up to 3rd, up to 2nd. He wants a shot at the lead.
Inside line starting to having to get a little bit disorganized. They've been pushing for a long time. These engines don't last forever when they're bound up like that. You will have to manage it if you push for at least a lap. The Cutlet might be at a disadvantage. It might be in someone's best interest to get in front of Plessel. With all that clean air he's had, he might be the best pusher with 2 laps to go this time.
19 cars in the lead pack. TJ Crampton and company. This is a 6-car group that has lost the lead draft. That includes Duvall, Blake Reynolds, and more. Trying to avoid the big accident, but they could put themselves in a massive hole if we don't get a crash before the white flag. Alfalla the leader. 2
From
wide
top.
behind. Here comes Zach Novak on the outside.
Oh, my God.
Hocevar's inching his way up there. Josh Chin trying to make a third line. Is anybody going to go with him?
Oh, Oates gets sent to the middle. Oh, he's a little upset.
This is it. White flag.
White flag.
One more lap to go. Can Ray Alfalla win back-to-back nights at Daytona in 2 different cars? He's got to hold off Zach Novak and the rest of the field. Here comes Novak.
Josh Chin pushing the hell out of Novak through 1 and 2. Here comes John Hall. Here comes Cosman by himself out of turn 2. Stoltz trying to ride that momentum 3 wide for about 6th on back.
Hocevar getting impatient with Alfalla. They're being eaten alive by the pack. They could wind up close to the transfer spot. Here comes Hall to the inside. Nobody goes with him. It is Zach Novak leading off 4. Here comes Chin to the bottom. Cosman goes with him.
There they go.
They're wrecking in the background for the transfer position. Plessel around. Josh Chin wins. Who gets in? Simpson in a 3 wide photo finish is not going to get it. Or really? Yes.
Wow.
Because Zwack finishes
Zwack is
14th.
Yes.
Jonathan Oates is out. Simpson is the last car in by 8 thousandths of a second.
I need to watch that whole lap one more time.
Wow.
Oh my God. Where in the hell did
We're going to go back.
come from?
We're going to go back. We'll start with Cosman and then drift back.
I really think Carson and Ray really should have went to the top. They almost lost it with that. Here comes Cosman on the top. He's actually going to bind the 30. Hall tries to push Chin, but he can't get there.
The inside line, just the bottom fell out from the pack.
Watch this gaggle from about 9th on back. From Oates on back.
Look at where Simpson is.
Yeah,
he's the last car to make it.
Oates is getting put in the fence from Cattell. So there's
and
a story
what caused
here.
It.
This is long-term booking here. Because if we go back about 1 lap ago, 2 cars were wrecked by the 73. Those 2 cars were the 93 and the 80. And on that lap, 2 cars put that 73 in a bad position to miss that race. The 93 or the 093 and the 80.
That is how close it was for the final transfer spot.
I can't believe Chin got to the front like that. That's impressive.
So Josh Chin wins his way in. He will not have to rely on speed like he could have.
I mean, there's not a lot of guys that were fast that missed.
Yeah.
The only one that I see that missed that's like that is Zwack, and he's locked in. He's already in 3rd.
Yeah, I think the first car that's going to get it
maybe
is
David L. Brown.
It's William White, barely. William White was 6th to start this Truel. Mercurio was 7th. So literally back-to-back positions. White is going to get that spot or a spot. I think Mercurio will as well. Justin Melillo is going to have to sort through all this hot mess. As we take a look at our results for Truel number 3, Josh Chin is in with the win. Cosman 2nd. Josh Stoltz 3rd. Zach Novak 4th. Corey Carpenter 5th. Ray Alfalla 6th. John M. Hall 7th. Brandon Cattell 8th. Carson Hocevar 9th. Jonathan Goke 10th. These 10 will race in the Barr Visuals FTF 500 a week from tonight.
Top 10 are in, and Jonathan Cutlip in the 5, and Jack Simpson from out of nowhere in 12th. Jonathan Oates, the first one out. He will have to rely on speed or a points provisional to get in. If not, we'll see him in the tiny text. Same goes for Matt Spalding. Matthew Zwack is already in. Scotty Smith, William White, we should see him possibly in a Q provisional. Alex Little, TJ Crampton, and Dylan Duvall will round out your top 20.
So it looks like good news for Oates. Looks like he might sneak in with one of those points provisionals. We'll check in on that in just a little bit. Can confirm William White and Brian Mercurio are the last two drivers to get in on speed. Here's the rest of the folks that may have to race their way in through the tiny text. Blake Reynolds, Nathan Rabideau. Now, Blake should be in a pretty good spot because of points, because he was second in owner points last year. So Blake still should make the 500. Rabideau, Art Reimer, Dubosh, Plessel, David L. Brown, Cole Fralick, Matt Brewer. Art is another one that I think is going to be okay. Oates, where was Oates compared to David L. Brown? Because a lot of the guys that were close on points made it earlier on tonight. Lawson, Peel, Brown, and Oates, I think, is where it's going to come down to the wire. Okay, so we confirmed. Reynolds, locked. Oates, locked. David L. Brown, locked. Lawson, Peel, locked. Art Reimer will get the fourth and final owner points provisional spot. So this now will come down to whoever has the most starts from last year.
It might be the 4-car.
It is Brian Zabelski. Brian Zabelski will make the Barr Visuals FTF 500.
Why don't we let Justin get a lineup?
I was just going to pull it up right now, or try to.
Yeah, well, I'm going to talk to Josh, because I want to know what was going through his head that whole race. Josh in from the top rope. How the hell did you win that race?
I don't know. I crashed 3 times in this race, and then 22nd at that last restart, and I didn't think I had any chance, and the top was open, and I just rolled it, and it worked out great. Me and Zach got up there and just flew and got the openings we needed, and I didn't think I was going to have any shot at the end, and it worked out with Cosman behind me. So I can't argue with it, but it was a weird race for sure.
Yeah, take me through that final lap. I was honestly surprised you went 3 wide there. But yeah, just take me through that, because once you and Zach got connected, that was about it for you guys. You guys just set sail.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but we connected really well. That whole last run, whenever we bumped, we were flying. We were like 207, like a lap or two before that, and it looked like everyone kind of got disconnected in 1 and 2, so it just kind of let us get away. And John was trying to make sure we all got away and could fight for the win with ourselves, and it squirreled him up into 3. So I think that was probably the biggest thing that helped me have any shot of winning. Otherwise, I think it was going to be pretty close between the 5 of us that were up there. But as soon as he got slowed up, that kind of opened it up for Cosman to help me get around Zach.
All right, man. Well, we just got to do this all together in about a week. Hopefully we can work a little bit better together than some of us did tonight. I think there's 5 of us. I think all 5 of us. We just got to hope Justin can will his way in the tiny text. But congratulations, man. That car looked good up front.
Yep. You can get the shirts, TommyMilner.com. Any proceeds go to the artist Abel Toth or American Eagle Foundation. So go check them out.
Awesome.
There you have it. That is Josh Chin, and here is a look at the starting lineup for the Barr Visuals FTF 500. Notice the one spot, 49th. No driver in that spot yet. We will figure out who is in through the tiny text next Friday night. And that will do it. Again, the numbers in red, Truel 1. The finishing positions the starting positions in blue, those are the guys that raced in Truel 2. Yellow, Truel 3. The 3 positions in green, those are guys that fell back on speed from qualifying. The lighter purple, those 5 positions are based on owner points from last year. The darker purple, that's based on most starts from last year. And then 50th, of course, the sponsor provisional for Dalen Barr. What a night.
What a long night.
You ain't kidding. 1:09 a.m. Happy Sunday, February 2nd. Happy Groundhog Day. Thankfully, it will not be Groundhog Day again. Yeah. So that will do it from Daytona. What a wild, wild night. And we get to do it all again in
6 days.
Yep.
Well, 5 days. Now we're at 5 days.
Yeah, ready or not, here it comes. So we get all week essentially to breathe. We'll do the tiny text. I don't think we have enough drivers for a C main. So I think we're just throwing everybody in the tiny text on Friday night. And then the Barr Visuals FTF 500 on Saturday night. It will end Sunday morning, but we'll start it Saturday night. And you'll see it all right here on FTF. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to bed. Josh Chin wins the third and final Truel at Daytona, and 49 of the 50 starting spots in the Barr Visuals FTF 500 are taken. We'll fill that final spot Friday night in the Tiny Text 500K, and you'll see it right here on FTF. In the meantime, my thanks to Cosmin Ionescu and Kevin McAdams for hopping in the broadcast booth tonight. I'm Jacob Hitz. The field is almost set for the Barr Visuals FTF 500. We'll finish the job next week. We'll see you then.